Okay. And we are live. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Also, hello, everybody. Let's do a quick recap of what happened yesterday, because I said I would, about all the things that happened on Tarkov before we move on to today's subject. So yesterday, after the stream that I did yesterday on Tarkov Arena, we were progressing nicely along the quest line by playing the game. Like I just didn't stop playing the game until midnight. We were doing the quest, we were having a fun time. Actually, not. It wasn't really fun. It was mostly stressful. But you know, we were doing fine. We were doing quests. Took us a couple tries, but we were doing it. And when we got to the very last quest, the very last one where we had to kill 100 people, the free trial period expired. However, thanks to DJ Hans, who provided me with the key after the stream, I was able to complete the quest line, and the plan was a success. We only have one last quest to do. I'll keep it for on stream whenever I have the time, but for now I'm going to be taking a break because playing that game for 3 days straight was somewhat stressful. So that's the Tarkov news. Now for today's news. We're going to be playing Windy Meadow, a Roadwarden tale. In case you don't know, I absolutely adore Roadwarden. It's a game. I'm gonna call it a choose your own adventure game, where you know, it's a lot of reading. You have to manage resources. You have to make choices. You have to do stuff, and this is set in the same universe. So let me do a quick recap of what Roadwarden is first, because that's what I actually played and what I actually adore and love. You play as a titular Roadwarden, somebody who's in charge of keeping the roads in order in this very, very special world. In this world, nature is a lot more powerful than our world. Only other monsters and beasts alike. But nature, when the human settlement destroys it too much by, for example, cutting wood or extracting ores or whatever, gets angry and kills you. Also at night, everything becomes super mega hostile, so it's very dangerous. It's a very, well, it depends, because in Roadwarden, your character is in an unexplored hostile region, so maybe in the other parts of the world, it's not so bad. I'm not gonna explain the plot of Roadwarden because that's not the game we're playing, but this is a very interesting world with a very fun and deep choices and writing. But this game, Windy Meadow, I knew about, but I didn't want to check it out because one of the reasons I love Roadwarden so much is not only is there very good writing and choices and all that stuff, but it was the interplay between having to manage your resources, your food, your money, your time, your items, all that stuff, and making choices. Like, do you give up a magic item to get more friendly with somebody, or do you keep that magic item? Do you spend money to bribe somebody, or do you keep it so you can spend the day at an inn? Do you use a rainy day to travel because you're late on time, but traveling during rainy days takes a long time? Or do you spend the day doing something else that's going to be more profitable, but you're going to be late for whatever you're doing? It was a very interesting, very cool gameplay of having to manage all these resources. And Windy Meadow, from what I see, is just a straight-up visual novel, which I imagine means that there's going to be less resource management, which may or may not make all these choices less engaging. But for Valentine's Day, I wanted to play this game in a universe I love. I imagine I don't want to speak too much about all the lores and the details of the world, because I imagine this game is gonna provide it, and if it doesn't, I guess I will. So let's get started. Or not. The dog is barking. Boop. I said boop. Where's the booping? There it is. That's the title screen. It has a very... I love the music in Roadwarden. In fact, if I go back here, the music you can hear in the background... Oops. This music you can hear in the background is from Roadwarden. It's one of the inns that you can rest at. I spent a lot of time in that inn, having to think about all my choices and the future of my adventures. Yeah, it was very interesting, because you have to think about stuff. The game and the choices... In fact, something very interesting the game did... Well, no, I'm not going to talk about it. Someday, I'm going to play the actual game. I have a video on Roadwarden where I do the intro, basically, and show off a couple of the features if you want to check that out. But we're not doing this game today. We're doing Windy Meadow. So let's focus on this one instead. This is the title screen. We can have a bunch of options to read about stuff. So let's read about stuff. Let's see, the village center. The main square is useful for festivities on the rare days when we welcome the caravans. We often exchange gossip by the well, in the shadow of a statue. The statue? This is where we look after those of us who can't take care of themselves, even though it's clean and has glass windows. Some say it's haunted by the spirits of dead elders. A warehouse? The big apple tree, planted by the second generation of settlers. It will soon cease to bear fruit. The perfect drinking spot during sunny days. Let's do this main village, and if we need more information about locations, I guess we can go back to this screen. Our inn, Tasty Claw, is run by Stabulus, a young but charming worker from the city. It's got the largest chamber in the village, so we use it both for the evening rest and for more official gatherings. The mayor's house. Oh yeah, because of this thing where nature gets very hostile when you take resources, it takes a long time to build stuff. You're actually time gated on how much you can build, because if you cut too much wood too fast, literally the entirety of the forest is gonna come and kill you, led by a unicorn or something, or a dragon. So yeah, you're like time gated on how you can grow your village, unless you import stuff. The mayor's house, currently occupied by Lancerta. She was born here but spent a few years in the city, where she formed many connections. Most of the rooms are empty, waiting for rich travelers. A humble bathhouse and sauna. Since the streams are too dangerous to swim in, we wash ourselves here. Yeah, as I said, this is a very hostile world. The streams, the water is full of monsters, the forest is full of monsters, the roads have monsters in it, and beasts. So yeah, it's a very dangerous, hostile world, but it's not, it's not impossible to live in. The workshop in the house of Kalor, a blacksmith, and his 2 pupils. The building is a bit stuffy, but is sturdy and able to survive any accidents. The stronghold was built by the city folk as part of the tax deal they established with the first settlers. It's not too cozy, but it allows us to hide from the beasts in bad weather. I guess how this works is there's big cities who have been the oldest, so they have the most resources. They provide protection and trade goods and trade networks to smaller settlements in exchange for taxes. Let's see. Anything else in the main town? The renovated summer residence of a rich city folk, recently purchased by Evolo, the merchant. One of the largest and most luxurious buildings in the village. It even has its own baking oven, though no one really uses it. That's a shame. You could have bread in there. The house of Victus, the eldest son of the hunters, who is now a private guard. Unfortunately, his own family wasn't able to grow much, and he'll likely waive his right to this spot. The house of Castus and Mita, the richest farmers in the village. The richest farmers in the village. Their crops remain in the village, while their cider and mead are sold to city folks. That's the core village. If we need to get more information about the outside, I guess we'll just come back here. So far, no one has found the Shining Stream's spring, but its water is delightfully cold and clear. Thanks to the city's protection, the eastern woods are quite safe. Still, every now and then a wild beast manages to get one of us. Unfortunately. Let's start. Let's see what this game is all about. Let's just play through the tutorial first. Okay, sure. Day 0. To continue, click the left mouse button anywhere. Oh wait, this isn't... That's not a visual novel, that's a point-and-click game, right? Oh, no, never mind. Pressing left mouse button will also speed up the game. I can speed up the black screen. Usually the game gives you unlimited time to read, but not always. If you skip anything by accident, use the mouse wheel to roll back. Or use the archives to reread the most recent text. You can find it in the menu. Press right click. Or escape. Oh, what? Ooh. Nalia, once a famous mercenary and adventurer, she moved to Windy Meadow from the city. A year has passed, but so far being away from home hasn't helped her bury her regrets. I used to teach him how to handle a sword, and after spending a few years as a Roadwarden, he became the local priest. He's the person I should thank for dragging me into this boring village. Windy Meadow. Windy Meadow started as a woodcutting hamlet, soon followed by construction of the stone watchtower, and then the now-gone roadside inn. 4 generations ago, the first settlers arrived, slowly but surely taming the gentle area. The village is protected by and loyal to the city of Buritus, and produces crops, wool, parchments, and mead. It's known for its vast forest garden on the western bank and for its unusually sweet apples. some cases you'll need to make a choice tied to your character. You'll see an example now. The game won't move forward until you press an option with left mouse button. Tell me more. I can see how the choice is. I guess I got it. Well done. Most people you talk to would have their text aligned to the right side of the screen. The same goes for their portrait. Do I really need a tutorial for all this? Your character, on the other hand, will be presented on the left side. If you ever keep the entire text aligned to the left screen, you have an option in the settings. The listening characters have much darker portraits. Like here. Okay. My name just became yellow, so you can point at it with your mouse to see and show you of who I am. You can also point at the other yellow words. Maybe you want to learn more about dragon bones. That's the money. The coins used by the 10 cities, the major power city in the north. These small hollow rings are made of real dragon bones. Yeah, so people find the dragon bones, cut them up, and that's money. Or maybe you want to learn more about Vates, my distant relatives. Or Vates, I don't know. And if some unusual description stays on the screen for longer than you'd like it, press left mouse button to close it. Thanks. If your mouse is pointing at the buttons, blah 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 blah. Whenever you visit a new place, the small animation will remind you to open the map. We can see where you are. Nadia's house was placed just outside the walls, despite the advice of the council. It's the newest building in the village, and a rather opulent one. That's dangerous. In the original Roadwarden, you could not live outside the walls. You'd get instantly mauled by monsters. You had to be in, because there's, well, I guess maybe not in this region, but there can be giant monsters, like gigantic, who can just, for example, like be as tall as the wall, or maybe jump over it or something, and you have to fight it off. This box allows you to enter the menu. It also reveals a few additional buttons. Cool. This button opens the codex. This tutorial is rather empty, but it will soon contain descriptions of all the game's characters and more. Right wheel, go back. You can't skip the parts of the game that you haven't seen yet. Oh, so I can replay and skip. Those two buttons help you save and load the game quickly. Okay. You also press F1 to learn more about the keyboard controls, or press control buttons to find the setting. Any quick buttons I need to learn about? Left click, right click, mouse wheel, 1, 2, 3, enter, space, control, page up, page down, map, whatever. Now you know all the basics. I don't think I need a tutorial for that, but okay. Oh, jeez. Chapter, Vena the Huntress. Ooh, usually you have... I'm not gonna say usually. Let's see what the game presents. Last evening. That's why you have this many patrons. Stabs. Says the mercenary. Oh. Was excited to hear that Nadia, the gargoyle slayer, was moving to our village, a farmer who ended up being a famous mercenary living among the rich folk. But now she's just a shadow. The news of Vena's deeds have reached the city. The merchants want to hire her. Having stabs in our village is Wright's blessing, which is a god. He's full of ideas for city meals and drinks, so I spend every evening at his inn, the Tasty Claw. Evolo says the place is nothing special compared to the city's ale houses. Makes me wonder. Deeds? What did he say? The news of Vena's deeds have reached the city. Deeds? I don't recall. That's the Huntress. I told you already, she... What a loud bunch. I'll take the bottle back home. What else is new, ma'am? It's been an hour since you joined the merchants at the table. Keeping your back straight for so long starts to wear on you, but you were told only to speak when spoken to. You observe the others, but you can't follow their prattle. Something about a missing ship from the Far East and a new spice that everyone just needs to try, even though it's expensive as a sheep. They summarize how you defeated those trolls from last autumn right at the start, but since then they've been pretty much ignoring you. But I'm hanging out with my friends. The longer I'm here, the easier it's going to get. Do the city folk treat all their employees that way? Am I their employee? In Windy Meadow, all of your neighbors are friends, or at least friendly. Here there's a ravine between you and the rich city folks. So, Vena, how's your beer? Evolo, the kid of rich spice merchants. His assistants handle the work for him back in the city while he enjoys his new, effortless life here. He values peace more than dragons. Because I glance at your dad. Oh, that's my dad? No, never mind. That's another person. My dad's a hero, the best hunter in the realm, no matter what anyone says. You cast a glance at your dad, who managed to stay in control, as always. Why can't you be that confident? I'm not gonna lie straight up. How's my beer? I prefer some cider. I'd have some cider, to be frank. You could say so sooner. You better learn how to speak for yourself before you reach the city. Veritas offers everything. I know it's a bit, it's in terms of the dialogue to have to read all these pop-ups, but it gives us context for when, you know, we don't have to read all this stuff twice, only once. Veritas offers everything one may desire: ale houses, mead, spices, music, acrobats, gambling, fancy clothes, bright nights. It's a different world. We're in the inn. Oh, the description is different, actually. The Tasty Claw Inn is my favorite spot in the village. Clean, warm, and smelling of fresh fruits. It's slow in the daytime, but busy during evenings and rainfalls. My sister, Lita, works here for Stabulus, the innkeep. Don't encourage her. In Veritas, it's better to drink a crappy beer than to insult a merchant. Our mayor, Lacerta. Our mayor keeps her calm, no matter what's going on. She's a good friend to my father, though they usually talk about trade and work, or their plans for next season. She was raised in Meadow, but spent over a decade in the city working as a clerk for the Merchant Guild. Just being polite, Ivolo. Argentia, the richest merchant to visit Windy Meadow. She leads caravans through the woods, fighting beasts with the magic of wind and light. Oh yeah, there's magic in this world. She's offered me a job in the city. Your girl has potential, Latro. She follows in your footsteps. Kind words, but you'd struggle to find a hunter who could match her talent. And she's not even 20. Leading the trolls into the swamp was quite a plan. Our Fable put together a song about her bravery. Ever since I started assisting my father, Fable and I have been drifting apart, but we used to spend a lot of time together as kids. They always had some scary or funny stories for us and used to say he saw them in his dreams. Our Fable? You've grown quite comfortable with your new home. Maybe, in a way. Let's not jump ahead, nothing's been decided yet. The mayor speaks, but it's a great opportunity. Don't you want to leave the nest, darling? I don't know my character yet. All I said so far, all I know so far is they prefer cider. I don't know. She'll think about it, after you tell us your offer. Argentia knows the detail, but from what I've heard, the guild in Veritas can reward Venus talents generously. It's not that intricate, we can always find a job for a gifted warrior. What kind of job? You start as a guard or at a store, or maybe a warehouse, learn more about the city. Then become my personal defender. Prove yourself, and once I get the chance, I'll whisper your name to the larger players. All you need is strength and ambition. Keep going the extra mile and you'll end up as a commander, or overseeing our caravans and ships. You could work as a Roadwarden for a year or 5 too. Ugh. I mean, from my experience on playing a Roadwarden, we were a Roadwarden on an expedition to an unknown territory to guard their roads and make a deal for the city with them. So we had like some extra duties, and it was a particularly hostile region. But being a Roadwarden for a year or 5 sounds like a death sentence to me. A life of wealth and adventure, then a quick retirement. We were in the game. We were only a Roadwarden for like 30 days, and that was some hard stuff. Especially if you were to join the guild as an investor. As you can see, such a life has treated us quite fairly well. Don't tell me it's not a tempting opportunity. The village has everything I need. I heard that the living in the city can be rough. The people here need me. Seems like my character wants to stay here. Living in the city, some city folk hide their home. Evelo moved here, right? The rest from the noise and the stench, and he's rich. I'm the exception, not the rule. If I were in your position, I'd not only refuse this invitation, I'd also hide my spear in the basement and drop this hunting business altogether. I'd rather be a farmer. But I already had a life of luxury and worries, just like my parents before me, and they flourished in it. My dreams was to live away from all the commotion. I'm lucky to get a chance to do so, most people won't. But you are not a quiet, frightened weakling like I was when I was your age. You can handle living in Veritas. Don't be so dramatic. Living behind the city walls is much easier than in the countryside. At least our food doesn't try to eat us first. People here need me? I don't know, our mom is sick. Pretty's a master at crossbows and traps. It hurts me to see how her illness keeps her in bed. It's been 3 years already. She may never be strong enough to return to the wilderness. My older brother never wanted to be a hunter, but the training he's got from our parents allowed him to become a village guard. Now he's Evelo's defender, moving towards despite the troubles he's gone through. Victus's daughter, who? Oh, our brother. Our brother's daughter, my niece. She's been asleep for a few months now. I used to love wandering around the wall with her, telling her about the woods. She looks so silly with my dagger in her small hands. I don't know, our mom is sick, Dad's our very last hunter, Victus needs my help with Inerma. Okay, so let me recap that. Our mom is sick, my brother needs my help with his daughter, and once autumn comes and the undead shows up, what then? We won't be left to ourselves. The merchant knows our value. The soldiers from the city are a capable bunch. Your mom and I can rely on your brothers and sisters. I hate to think about checking the traps without your aid, but don't burn your future for our sake. Your mother wouldn't forgive herself. Listen to the others, little wolf. The right guides the brave. I'm glad that Dad finds comfort in his talk with priests, but I struggle to pray. Whenever I close my eyes, I think of Victus, Inerma, and Mom. The village has everything I need. Windy Meadow is a peaceful place. There's food, meat, and work to do. Why would I leave all this behind? One day you may wake up and realize that you're bored, that you crave more than your home has to offer. Journeys, mead, friendships. Better hope it won't be too late for you already. I used to be in exactly the same position, you know, a young sorceress, appreciated for her talents with many open doors. I kept asking myself, what do I really want? And I found the answer. I wanted it all. All the best things that coin can buy. I spent each free moment mastering the spells of wind and light, working with adventurers, dealing with beasts. Once I came to the city, I had a reputation to my name. And I knew my worth. I reached the very top, assisting the guild's caravans, taking the most dangerous routes, until I could look the guild master in the eyes and demand what I wanted, and they couldn't refuse. The sounds of a traitor luring someone into taking a deal. How I don't miss it. How am I listening to a master speaking about their craft? So, Argentia, you're gonna visit us again in 15 days, am I right? With the wedding supplies? Looks like it. I won't be traveling in this direction again until the end of the summer. That's when we'll give you our final answer. Will you use a ferry boat or a cart? I have yet to decide. Just be sure to have space for a passenger, deal? I'll figure something out, like always, don't you worry. A dilemma. Day 1. Hello, Xiat. How am I doing? Wait a second, are all these chats just late? Late to the party? I'm doing good. It's Valentine's Day and I'm playing a game in the universe I love. I was hoping I'm gonna love this game too. We're in the northern bits. The woods in the east turn dangerous quickly, and for the most part only me and my dad have a reason to enter them. Recently the lumberjacks started widening our clearings, letting in a bit more light. You're doing editing, so zoning out a bit, and AFK'd away from you. Don't worry, it's okay. This is gonna be a lot of reading, so, you know. So we're in the woods. An owl over there. I'm a patient soul, but we're gonna discuss your future sooner or later, pup. I guess my character doesn't know what they want. I don't know what I want, that's the problem. You'll need to know to make a good choice. What does he want to say? The knot you use here ain't right. Once you lose control of the spearhead, the beast will break your neck in an instant. This is the one I taught you, little wolf. I want to try something new. You're not as awkward. I don't like that knot. That knot. Whatever. Its thick makes too many steps. Bandits would cut it with a single swipe. Spears are for hunters, not soldiers. You want to face bandits? Start training with a bow or a mace. You're too old for a sword anyway. Looks like my character does want something new in life. I'm too tired out to carry our prey now. Let's have a talk. What about the scavengers? The runners will catch the scent soon. Have we hunted something? I don't see it. Yeah, it's so quiet here. It may be spring, but we should have at least seen a few larger beasts by now. Want to stay here for long? I've got plans for the evening. Do you now? Well, I guess you're just too busy since I've caught your attention. Yeah? Let's discuss what's going on. The trolls? When did they show up? First days of autumn. That's when old Salvia warned me that they never stop at their hunts. A wise and selfless herbalist. Every 10 days the village prepares gift baskets for her, and we sometimes bring her fresh meals as well. She may not be too kind, but she's irreplaceable. I hope Eudicia does her best learning her craft. The herbalist warned me that they never stop their hunts. It can turn the land into a wasteland. I'm glad you remember. The way you took care of them was impressive, don't get me wrong, but now I've grown more and more convinced that even that was too late. They changed the forest already? Last year we used to simply leave the house and look for wild game. Now we're forced to set traps, use bait, look for rats and squirrels. At least there are more hares around. But the larger creatures were either caught or chased away by the trolls. While fewer beasts means more rats and birds, so fewer mushrooms, nuts, fruits, and flies. And Limos told me that there are more fish in the stream. Before he started using nets, traps, and fishing rods to catch food in the rivers, he was using spears and bows to hunt for saurians, which are lizards, and large fish. His zeal has been weakened ever since he lost his foot, but his new methods turned out to be more efficient anyway. I don't see... Am I blind? I don't see a boar. Is there a boar attached to a rope? Oh god. Holy shit, it's heavy. Language. Still, it's all muscle. A fine beast to end our current path with. Will it taste good after smoking? I ain't sure. Boar meat can be treacherous. Now let's pray. Of course. Praise be to the right for the years we've received, for the walls that guard us, for our strong limbs and sharp senses, and the gentle weather. We humbly welcome the taste of your creation. Help us spread your meat wisely in our family and among our friends, and help us sell the tusks and bones to the city folks. We'll share what you gives us with Vates, your servant, to prove to you that we're ready to leave everything behind us, such as your will. So be it. So be it. I wish you could pray as gracefully as the priests, shameful, being a soul of simple words. Nah, that was fine. It's about having an honest heart, right? I guess, but remember how my father started to forget words and names once his hair got gray? Until he lost the gift of speech? Our family ought to squeeze out everything we can with each year we get. Now, before we head back home, take a look here. A smooth stick with blood on its end. It's a spear. A goblin found a thin branch and sharpened it with a rock. After all, no undead would have a reason to attack a wild beast, and no other creature would wield a weapon in combat. So those goblins came here to stab the boar? Touch the blood, it's fresh. Goblins found the boar after it fell into the hole. Ah, it was a hole trap. I see. Yeah, that's a thing. You can, trap pitfalls, I think that's called. You make a hole, animals fall in, and they can't climb out. They tried to jab it, but it didn't stick around. The grass here is trampled, but I see no footprints. Could be slim from hunger, and that means desperate. I'm proud of you, little wolf. Did you just find the city? Aye. But goblins are bad news. Best case scenario, they're gonna keep our tribe away from the woods. But who can be sure they won't attack the farmers, or snatch our kids over the walls? Let's head back and warn the workers, and this monster will fill a whole wagon. We've got a long way ahead. Ah, they gotta bring some help to move the boar, it looks like. I think. With the wagon. The third, maybe second largest game we've ever caught. Wonder how it got here. I come to the square whenever anything unusual occurs, or there's nothing better to do. So quite often. Good thing you didn't have to fight it. Who's that? My youngest sister, Hostia. We'll gossip about her antics, but when I'm with her, she's thoughtful and quiet. She wants to be a huntress, but for some reason I'm the one who she keeps asking for advice. She should spend more time with our dad. We wouldn't attack it even if we got the chance. Not with that old Salvia's blinding dust. But Dad used to fight such monsters when I was still little. Because Mom was at his side. She'd hit a charging beast right in the eye. She'll show you it once she starts walking again. What's all this about the goblin tribe you found? Just the marks and footprints. Victus told me they're just big, cunning monkeys. That's our brother. I gotta learn all these names. Oh boy. To me, they're small. To me, they're small, furry people on paws. These are big, cunning monkeys. Can they be lured into a trap, or will you scare them away like you did with the trolls? Dad's got a plan. He knows what he's doing. Are you... Will you get rid of them before you leave us? Yeah. Don't worry, I'll protect you. We'll find a way to get rid of them. I ain't afraid. I want to help you. The tribe's gonna stand together. We lack magic, yet we're able to outsmart the trolls. We can handle some goblins. I'm not leaving you, I'll visit. I ain't gonna leave you, I'll visit you each spring. Always thought you'd be here to see me on my first hunt. That is this saying. The right doesn't ask us about our plans. Okay, let's not say we're gonna stay. Let's not be confusing. Let's not send mixed messages. Goblins, gargoyles, dragons won't hide in the stronghold like some old lady, no matter what's coming for us. I'm a better fighter than most folks here. A spear woman. A spear girl, maybe. Still, it ain't your call. Dad or Lucetta will ask you once they need your help. But I'm ready to fight. I just need a chance to prove it. Wait for the right moment. Be ready when the right moment comes. Don't argue with Dad, but keep your spear close and your eyes open. I will. I won't disappoint you. You're very brave. I'm happy for you, you know. How come? You got this job offer and you're gonna be rich. I don't even know what I want. Being rich doesn't mean much to me, I think, but all the merchants say Baritus is a busy place. I should do some voices so people know who I'm talking about if you're not looking at the screen. What should be our main character's voice? Being rich doesn't mean much to me, I think, but all the merchants say Baritus is a busy place with soft beds, all sorts of food, and drinks, and colors, and loud streets, and all these bards and acrobats. And Windy Meadow, it's always the same. Oats with milk, some same cider, cold winters, no music, no young men to have a walk with. I'd like to have a taste of the city for a season or two, but to spend years there? I don't know. Distant grass is always greener. What's gonna be her voice? Can't you take the job and bail after you get sick of it? Would be wrong. I don't want to quit unless necessary. Can't play with our tribe's good name. I don't want you to be bored, but well, yeah, I missed you too. What's this statue about? Okay then. Press anywhere to continue. Day 2 already. Alright then. We're at the stronghold. Muffled voices reach you from inside. Darling, check what they want. Why me? Just open the door. I ain't a recruit. A guard born and raised in our village. A tough warrior, my favorite training partner. She doesn't like to admit that she's helped me trick the trolls into leaving the woods, mainly because she wet herself when one of them almost caught her. Still, she was by my side until the very end. And Periga, Firma and Periga. When my dad and I roam the woods, the city soldiers patrol our walls and look after the stronghold. Periga enjoys chatting with our neighbors. It's the first village she's ever visited. Are you sure you want to argue with us after you drop your helmet in the river? Brachus. I entered the bloody door before you cut your pay for the equipment you've borrowed from us. Ain't Brachus' first job, but he doesn't talk about himself much. Hello, gal. Something wrong? Not sure yet, but we should talk. Tell me you don't need me to look after that lost ring again. Our dad... We heard Natural's name. He's examining the forest right now. Come, we've got time for you. Oh boy. That's Periga. Veda and Hostia, right? That's us. I expect the mayor has briefed you already. Only to mention that we're to prepare the village for the free shitheads. So, ever fought a tribe of goblins? Me, not really. But there are lectures of all kinds of beasts in the city. They ain't like the trolls, nothing to worry about. Unless there's hundreds of them, they climb well, can get past the wall, and it won't be easy to hire a mage to help us. Let's stay. We got 3 of us, you, Vena, your father, would your brother join us? Sure he would. Victis is a bit busy, but he'll help us. Priest Vatis too, the Roadwarden, and maybe we can ask the lumberjacks. Our mayor allows the city workers to cut our trees. They need to do it slowly, otherwise they'll anger the beasts. You mean pay the lumberjacks? That's hardly enough. I doubt we'd get much use from arming the rest of the village with spears. Have you learned anything about these goblins' weaknesses? I mean, we got fire, if nothing else. Not much to go with, is it? Better prepare the stronghold for the elders and kids. Bringing in the beds and furs from storage is easy enough, but we'll need help collecting water and food. What about... So much to discuss, especially if we're to mobilize our neighbors. The mayor wouldn't skip on a few more shields, would she? We're in for a boring afternoon. Let's grab some chairs. But what Hosea was gonna say? Oh, she was gonna say, what about me? She wants to participate. Finally, some fresh air. I'll leave the door open. Is it just me, or do you get bolder when the soldiers are around? Now that I've got a choice. Not my best friend or anything, but they said I could join them as once they head back to the city. They recommend me to their commander. I think they're called. Okay, cool. You could make quite a career. Nah, I'm happy where I am. I don't want to go the extra mile. When I'm free, I'd rather take a stroll in the forest garden or go to an inn with you. I don't need people looking up to me to know my worth. Though getting noticed was nice. I'm sure it was. Well, it's getting late. See you soon. Good luck. Are you going? Why even bring me with you if I've got nothing worth saying? What do you want to say? Next time I'll give you more time to speak. Lita comes here. Another sister. An older sister. No. A older sister than Ostia, but younger than us. My sister is only a year younger than me. Yet we're strangers. Lately she called me a... Doesn't matter, but I think this time she meant it. I don't understand what divides us. What's wrong? We're having a family dinner. Victus is taking Emira to the city to look for a healer. So old Salvia can't help her? That's what Victus said. I'm sorry, pet. Any news about the goblins? Kinda, but let it go for now. We shouldn't burden Victus with this. So that found them. How many? At least 30. They're still in the cave, not far from here. We're screwed. Nah, we can win this. And what about you? No work today? Stabulus can survive for a few hours on his own. Ah, she's an inn worker. I need some rest anyway. I had to prepare the entire dinner for you too. We also had to work, you know. But we're doing it easy. The better our plans, the safer we are. So heroic of you. Just saying, it'd be helpful if you could get home today without me having to give you a ride in a wheelbarrow. Alright, weird. So be it. So be it, says the entire family. So much fresh meat. Were we starving or what? This day deserves it. The boar was large enough to grant us a feast, and was shared left over with Religa, a farmer that lives next door to us, together with Temnus. Been dead to the city merchants ever since they lost their entire flock of sheep to a plague. Their daughters, Firma and Eudicia, can handle themselves, but Religa doesn't enter the village anymore. Too embarrassed and shy. She often visits my mother, talking to her even if she's asleep. I got a bottle of spiced mead from Castus, too. Mita's husband. Who? Somebody's husband. Maybe the wealthiest farmer in the village, but welcomes everyone with a smile. Can I have some? Isn't it hilarious how Victus can simply decide to leave for the city once he sees he needs it, while Venice sits on the fence for half a season? Says our sister, you're too old for pretty squabbles. Just saying, at least she was kind enough to join us instead of stuffing herself at the inn again. Calm down. Just have a good time. I said, can I have some meat too? In 2 years, little wolf. Let's have a talk before we can drink anything. Emira needs help, but I can't leave you with the goblins lurking around the corner. What did old Salvia say? Can't she help us? Eurycida told me that both herbalists have run out of ideas. Soon Ines' shell won't be able to swallow food. Okay, yeah, so in this universe, they have, theologically speaking, they have they see the world as shell, soul, and pneuma. Pneuma is the life force that animates everything. The shell is your body, and the soul is you, the unique person inside the body. Ines' shell won't be able to swallow food. Oh, I'm grateful for your prayers. I can no longer wait for a miracle. You should still go to Salvia, the herbalist. For Eudi, everything's dark and hopeless. Old Salvia's pupil. A few years after her birth, her parents lost their flock of sheep to a plague. Then to look after the younger child Firma, and since Eludicia always been the weird kid, they asked Salvia to take her. Her eyes may be absent, but without her help, I'd have lost my eye to a were-badger. I'm happy to prepare a gift basket for her. I'm sure they discussed it together. And she's rude and weird. So, she's smart. What did he say? I'm sure they discussed it. Check with another herbalist. Their cabin ain't far from here. We could go there and have a little talk. Salvia knows what she's doing. If she believes Iudi is ready for the duty of aiding our tribe, we'll respect her decision. Iudi says my friend, and she's helped Mom a lot. Pup, you have your own set of responsibilities now. A child that's defenseless without you. What about the monsters? Was alt a false alarm? I got spooked by 5, maybe 8 hungry apes. We'll handle them, Venna and I. Finally some good news, but are you sure you don't need my help? Help me by bringing back my granddaughter. When can you leave? If Volo wants to hire the lumberjacks to escort us. If the rights allows it, we'll hit the road tomorrow, be just before noon. How far away is the city? Also, where's our house? Oh, it's outside? When I was little, my parents sold all the possessions to build their new house from bricks instead of wood or wattle. We keep placing traps around it, teaching the beasts to stay away from the side of the village. Dad, lie to him? What if we need his help? Victus has got the right to decide what to do. Be honest! Dad, you told Lita that this goblin tribe is huge. Shouldn't Victus stay? It's dangerous to split up. Is it true? Son, I can't just leave you with those beasts. Well done, Venna, you did it again. But we need to stick together. Let's take Ini to old Salvia instead. Silence, all of you. I've got to go. I'd do the same for any of you. The healers from the city couldn't help Mom. And even if the right does guide them to help in Mera, you want me to bring her back to a pile of ashes? It's gonna be... Shut up! You've said enough already. But Dad... Leave this to the adults, sweetie. Go to your mother. I'm not gonna upset him further. I ain't a child. You act like one. Go! Listen to me, little wolf. We'll be alright. You have your own duty to handle now. Don't surrender to fear. I ain't ready to make this choice. You are. I trust you. Do what's right. Wah. That's awkward. That brought us to the inn, sis. I'm sorry, We're opening a fresh cask of cider, not that you'd taste the difference. Oh well. Hanging out with the older folks for a change. Calor, our ironsmith. He made all the weapons my family owns and came here when he was about 30. Says he learned everything on his own, but no master. The tools he makes from chitin are weirdly light. The younger neighbors are at work. At night? My friends are preparing for the worst. The goblins may come any day now. Does it happen often around here? The innkeep? Is he new? Goblins attacks? Limos. Oh, that's the fisherman. Goblins or any other monsters. The trolls ate one of Arata's sheep not too long ago. Local farmer owns our tribe's last sheep and noble griffins. Our kids look after the pets and the rich city folks. Can I look at the codex? That's all the names of people. Do we have any... Nah, we don't have the... We used to have a bestiary. Oh well. Hey, Exuat in YouTube chat. Hello. Goblins are any other monsters. The trolls ate one of Arata's sheep not so long ago. The safest village in this part of the province, protected by guards, rituals, and hunting traps. You'll get used to it. You just got spoiled by the tall city walls. Go a few years in a limb or two, and you'll feel at home. Was drinking with the merchants just the other day. Oh, we were still talking about us hanging out with the older folks. Our little Venna's a serious adult now. When did I have the time to be a kid? When did you fell your first prey? 6 years ago. I hit an otter with my snake shot. A nimble beast. Yeah, you used to have quite a name. Back when I had the 2 healthy eyes. Oof. Now you're only one-eyed. 6 years, a third of my life. Take a sip. Eh. The woods are not too gentle for us nowadays. But how's the river? Any chance at a good catch I could use for a soup? Don't expect any grand tales from me. The older I get, the fewer risks I take. It's all nets and fishing rods now. No spears or clubs or saurian bait. You have to pay attention for a while, but hearing some old tale again makes your thoughts drift away towards... the goblins. My spear is sharp, but I should check on my boot knife. I should be able to handle a few goblins, right? Dad knows what he's doing. The argument at home. It'll be a rough time night at home. I'll sneak into bed without talking to anyone. I need to rest, but I already know Lita is gonna give me that look. Maybe I'll stay here a bit longer. The job offer? Argenta left the village yesterday, but I can still catch a whiff of her plum perfume. Whenever she comes here, she looks like she owns the place. Confident, wealthy, gorgeous. Could I find all this in the city? Look at Limos. Say again? I just asked you what your take on this is. We're talking about this discussion we had with EOD today. Someone as good as Someone as good at hunting as you would have no problem teaching Limos how to hold a spear rightly. He's a clumsy, lazy ass. I got an issue with my ass. I'd never. I don't think about hunting all that much. It's a respectable trade, with a dose of responsibility attached to it. A duty, some would say, and you've got a talent for it. Maybe. Dad's been teaching me since I was a kid. I've got a strong shell, good for combat, and the sharp senses of my mom. But I feel more myself when I'm home, or with friends, or even here. Even here? Have some mercy. What would you rather do? Travel. Could be a mercenary, or a pathfinder, or a roadwarden, or an adventurer. I'd like to travel, to see the wonders of the world, hear everything so small. No spouses, no kids. Maybe. You see what happens first. Fair, fair. I had no such choice to bother with back in my youth. Windy Meadow needed food and we ran out of things to forage for, so I started to chase after the meat from the rivers. When I was a kid, my home village needed someone to fix the tools for them. I played around until I got pretty good at it. No one really asked me if I liked it. But I very much did. How about you, Stabs? Why'd you leave the city wealth behind? One can't run in there without joining the guild, and I'd rather keep the coins my parents left me after breaking their backs at the building sites for 30 years, thank you. There are no monsters in the city, right? No rat the herds. That's what I was talking about. The more threatened the animals feels, the more desperate they get. I can even join forces to strike down human settlements. Every few years we hear stories about another tribe that was overrun by wild beasts, but it doesn't happen around here often. We're pretty close to the city wall. And these beasts do include the monsters, the goblins, the unicorns, the dragons. There are the gargoyles from time to time, and the creatures on the ground, but I get what you mean. The truth is there is no air in Beritus. Every inch belongs to someone. Each item has its worth stated in writing, and any step you take is seen. Sure, there are no robbers, just a few pickpockets, but the officials leave you with hardly anything. You'd be close to the merchants so you get a bit more space, just to be aware of the sacrifices. I guess if living in the city was pure delight, everyone would try to live there. Now, those fancy pants may act all high and mighty, but they need our hands more than we need their poems or elixirs. But we do need their soldiers and roads. Nuh-uh. Or even if we do, will our children need them? Our grandchildren? In one lifetime, we've seen the plague and the southern invasion. Yeah, there was a war. We're in the north, there's the south. There was a war. The north lost. I guess so, change is in the wind. Yes, no path is really safe, is it? That should be day 2 over. Yeah. Day 3. Our brother is here with lumberjacks or with our dad. May the right guide your step. Thanks. To the lumberjack. And your tribe. I was wondering where you were hiding. I'm getting old. The commotion wears on me. How did your goodbyes go? I'll miss our neighbors, and you. Let's try to get back before the leaves cover the road. The chances are good. Can you get to the city in 2 days? 3, I'd say. It's noon already. You're taking a heavy pouch with you, so I'm sure you'll find a mage in no time. Who knows, maybe you'll be back in 10 days. Well, it's not impossible. Where are we? The road. The road to Beritus sticks close to the Pearl River and is somewhat well kept. In just a few hours, it takes you to the roadside inn that gathers news from all of the neighboring tribes. Remember the tips from Eudisha? Feed Ini only once you make a stop. Take your time, don't let her choke. Seriously, I've been at her side long enough for you to trust me. And we do, but you never know which word you need to hear before you enter the woods. Any of them may save your life. Are you afraid? Dangerous road ahead. Will you be alright? Hey, my first time on the road. Don't be dumb. The 100th trip is as dangerous as the first one. Wash your ears and mind the tree crowns. Stay away from the dark, from hard drinks, and especially at roadside inns. And keep your eyes on the game. Fine, fine, but with our bags resting on my wagon, we'll save plenty of strength for the beasts. I trust in the right. Let's not say anything more. Just in case we brought you something. Oh? It used to belong to... Ooh, a sword? Nalia, the mercenary. I recognize it. You're crazy. I can't accept this. Yeah, we might need this for the goblins. It belongs to our family now. If you have it, if you have to, sell it. But it's made of cold steel. Oh yeah, in this world, because of the, once again, because the nature thing where resources are limited, iron, also ever since the war that we lost, not much iron to go around. Iron is rare, bronze is more common, stone tools are the most common, and steel is very, very, very rare. But it's made of cold steel. How much did it cost? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. As long as it can help you, it was worth it. Maybe we traded the boar tusks. I could have said it better myself. If you want to pay us back, look for a few mercenaries at the inn. Pay them to protect our village. Maybe hire a spellcaster. I guess I don't have a choice. You're wasting time. The creature of the night won't wait for you. That's exactly right. I'll pray for all of you. Tell Mom I love her. Come back safe and tell her yourself. Hopefully they come back before the goblin attack. Well, time for our patrol. East? I ain't sure we should enter the woods anymore. Let's set some traps by the western bank and secure our cabin. These goblins live by a creek, so I bet they'll try to overtake the river sooner or later. Right. When might they attack the farmers? They're hungry, so any moment now. We got to take the initiative. Recently, Hostia has been all too excited about facing the goblins in combat. You shouldn't throw such ideas at her. She ain't ready. I didn't do that. Oh, looks like my character did do that. I'll protect her. I'll keep her safe. Don't worry about her. Don't take on any more tasks than you can handle. I need you to protect all of us, and having Hostia at your side won't be a distraction. You prepare her for a hunt, teach her how to dress a duck, or take her to Arata, a farmer, and help her hunt down the rats on her farm. What happened to you when you were her age was extraordinary. Be glad she was a year or two of childhood ahead. Be glad she has a year or two of childhood ahead of her. Having some responsibilities wouldn't hurt. She needs more duties. She's almost an adult. Let her be responsible. She ain't like Lita or Victus. Your mother's illness pushed her deeper into her own thoughts and not into action, and we weren't there for her. If you force her to become someone she ain't, you'll hurt her. Have patience. Let's focus on the day ahead. We can't control it, but we've got work to do. Are we just gonna leave this blanket behind? Our mother? My mom is a master of crossbows and traps. So now we want more beasts to reach our village. Never in my life did I think I'd witness such a day. Let's hope we'll see runners, deers, and stoats, not goblins. I'm looking forward to werecats scratching at our door. We've got more hands to set up traps now. I guess I'd rather take cast than howlers. Let's not set too many traps. No pack of howlers will be as annoying as Victus is on the diet. Or you when you catch a cold. He sends his love, by the way. Tell that pup to say to my face. I did, Mom, I did. You've been arguing with your father a lot these last few days. Did Lita tell on me? He came to me, asked me for advice. The great monster slayer doesn't have all the answers? What a day. Be gentle. Being the sole parent is harsh on him, and he hates to admit his shortcomings. As a kid, he wasn't allowed to make mistakes. Over and over again, people told him he ought to be a hero. And now I can't make any mistakes myself. It's not your fault. You and your dad fight the same sickness. The curse of doubt? Of expectations. But you're not on your own, like I've always said. I know. A strong tribe is a united tribe. I'm glad the tales of your elders have stuck with you. Don't call yourself that. You don't even have wrinkles, unlike Dad. Such youth. All I've got left are the long naps and the brief hours when I have the strength to speak. My condition doesn't finish me off, boredom will. You may still find a cure. I'm sorry, I don't want to sound so grim. You and your sisters are a gift. I never met my mother, and I wish I could have been by your side, but you're brave beyond belief. The right has truly blessed us. Come on, don't make me blush. I'm just happy, that's all. What's wrong? These last few days have been difficult? I guess so. Been a rough few days, that's all. Because you can't enter the woods anymore? Or do you mean the goblins? I want to go, but I don't want to leave. Out the city. You spoke with that merchant, right? Did she rub you the wrong way? Argenta's fine, full of herself, but that's not unlike all the other rich folk. Dad acts as if taking this job is the easiest thing in the world. He says you got no reason to refuse. But there are plenty. Such as? The goblins? Not so long ago I faced trolls, and now we've got goblins in the cave. What's gonna come next? You'll have to stay with us to help us. You could whisper in the merchant's ears or convince the officials to send us another few soldiers. The memories? I have so many memories, all of them tied to our home. How could it be different if you never travel? You'd be surprised how adaptable humans are, even though we are so afraid of the unknown. People I care about? All you guys are my friends, and the tasty claw in our forests. Of course, pup, leaving my village wasn't easy either. It brought its share of pain. I love my tribe. What made you leave? I craved a change. To meet so many people, live just next to a wide river, sell my pelts and tusk to the city folks, and get to taste wine, and above all else I wanted to be with your father. Do you want me to leave? What makes you ask that? I want you to say yes. You're free, Venna. I don't want you to listen to your parents. The choice you're gonna make needs to be your own. Leaving will weaken what ties you to this place. Some days you won't think about us at all, but if you stay, you may never touch the life you dreamed of. A mournful fate all the same. And who can say your choice will make any difference? Stay here and you may die in a fire or a plague. Maybe you get an even better offer in a year, or we'll find a treasure in a lake. Leave and you may die on the road at the hands of the undead, or get robbed in an alehouse, or lose your job after your first few days, and return to us with lips rotten from resentment. We make choices and deals with their consequences. Our moments of bliss and pain are often undeserved. Most of the time, we ain't in control. Look for the right path, or your own path. Chasing after one's dreams is reserved for a mere handful, but the lives of everyone else are just as valuable. A starving orphan will seek the next meal, not happiness. Would you look down on them because of that? My greatest joy is that you have a choice, but no one can point your life in the right direction. There ain't no one. You won't avoid suffering. My remaining days will be little more than staying grateful for the good life I've had, and for sharing my misfortune with the love of my life. Your shell is strong and young, and your soul is kind. You not only need to sharpen your will. Mom, this badly makes me hungry. There's a plate of food next to her. The bread is different, but I like it. Lita got a few tips from Stebulus, didn't ask her for the details. One thing I don't long for is cooking. Having your girls in the kitchen is truly a blessing. Should I mention the last time you tried to whip cream on your own? No reason to remind us of such a traumatic event, little wolf. I should take my time when I read so I don't stumble on my words all the time. Alright, now we're ready. We're in the western woods. A cabin. This cabin is older than me, and smells like it. It used to be a shelter for travelers and hunters, but now is used only by the foragers, who find themselves caught in a surprise rainfall. I don't know, it doesn't feel that safe. I didn't see any lights or burned wood at the goblin camp. I'd bet 10 dinners they won't set this cabin on fire. Let's put trust in these walls. All we got to do is wait for the tribes to get into range of our spears. These gaps and windows are perfect. Are we baiting them to this cabin? Or they have the guards with us? Our scent could scare them away, and we could mask the bait of the raw meat. Ah, there's a trap. I don't have more blood and slices to scatter around the woods. We can't kill all of them on our own. Obviously. Let's just wound some of the smaller ones and throw a few torches at the larger beasts. They'll run to the river to put out the fire, and will not know to approach the humans around here. Should I light up more torches then? Let's avoid unnecessary smoke and fire. All we can do is sit still and wait. The joyful life of a hunter. Damn, this straw is soaked. No wonder it smells so bad. Yeah, it's more of a dump than a shelter. We should rebuild it next spring. If we can still kill out any trees at the east without angering the herds. Lumberjacks have left quite a clearing. Oh, good point. Couldn't you have skipped sprinkling yourself with the lilac oil today? The trap would work better if we were odorless. You said we might come here. I was ready to spend time with my friends just in case. Maybe learn how to drink cider without sniffing each other. Now you've made the goblins' lives easier. We're told the goblins rely on their eyes. Don't they rely more on their eyes than their nose? Let's not follow Nalia's advice so blindly. She's an old drunk. What, the famous mercenary? Nalia deserves our respect. Listen to your elders. I've heard that countless times, and Nalia is a famous adventurer. Her path has clearly led her to a dark place. Who knows if her wits are still with her? Let's change the topic. We'll be sure the beasts won't attack the village tomorrow in daylight? We'd be in a dead sleep. What I have seen, they hide from sunlight in their cave. Let's stay alert, but within reason, little wolf. The stench of our bait is strong. Slave bet that the blood will be shed tonight. Are you afraid? No. Oh, really? You're a born pathfinder, or a roadwarden. I'd rather spend my evenings in a warm inn and my nights in a soft bed. Your bravery can surely put by enough of those. So how strong can a goblin get? Enough to burst in? Not as strong as a human, I reckon. They could make a hole in the thatch above us. They're too dumb for that. Are you sure? Sure enough to risk it. Did Lita pack us anything? I can spread a bit of honey or some slices of bread if you got the stomach to eat right next to the rotting pile of meat. Have eaten raw snakes and ravens. I'll manage. Time passes. Oh. Started. Oh boy. Right. Ready? May the right breath be with us. They're here. Goblins approach the door. They're waiting behind it. Oh, they're trying to climb through the window. Oof. Mistake. Stabbed in the head. Are on fire. Oh, they killed a couple. And they ran away. Is that... Did we win? Why are they running to the river? Wait. They're scattering over the shrubs. Might be more? What have I done? Uh-oh. It's spreading everywhere. The fire. Run to the village. Wake up everyone you can. I need to rescue Salvia. Ah, a forest fire. They didn't run to the river. Be careful. Stay away from the beasts. At night. It's gonna be dangerous. Day 4. That's really bad. The village relies on its forest garden, and we can't forage no more, and there are no mages to protect us. Half of the folks who could fight the monsters have fled to the city. Ooh! No one fled anywhere. We had to leave, that's all. Oh, the lumberjacks? This is your last warning, Calor. You won't interrupt me another time. Friends, we're all tired and angry, but don't let your emotions take over. Be the sunbeam above the foliage, remember? That's a Roadwarden talking. One of you is held in Windy Meadow against your will. At the same time, I won't order an evacuation without good reason. We have the sick and the elders to look after. I can't force them to all to seek refuge in the name of our fear. Indeed, a rash choice would turn us into beggars and vagabonds. Let's discuss the threats at hand. Step forward, Latro. Why ask him of all? Forget it. You even have killed a bunch of goblins already. Are they even a threat? I can't say how many of them were taken by the fire, but judging by the numbers I've seen roaming around the woods in the last 3 hours, I reckon the remaining ones will seek vengeance. Will we stop them? They're dumb enough to storm our walls. What if the rest of the herds follow suit? Then, no. There's a blessing in disguise though. The trolls already devoured dozens of local predators, to the point that we need to cease all hunting for a year or so. It's a risky gamble to take. Can set up more traps. This is our land. We can place traps to stop the onslaught before it reaches our walls. Even if our sound plants or the entirety of our territory to meet with moats and spikes will take a few years. And we only have a few days to act at best. My question is, what went wrong? How did the fire get out of control? I think Arata has something to say. It's Latro's fault. That's what Nadia said. Be specific, I simply said that Latro made a mistake. Care to elaborate? Well, he had no good reason to assume that the specific goblins were familiar with rivers or ponds. I guess nowadays the goblin packs are smaller than they used to be before the sudden invasion. Back in the day, learning how to confront 100 of them was crucial for any fighter. Each goblin pack, or tribe if you insist, is different. They ought to be observed, studied, and outsmarted. Before combat, we used to plan our steps for days. Well, we did. They were familiar with a creek. They had a cave near a creek, so they knew about the water. Maybe that's where they went. They went back to the creek. Ability to spread the seed is knowledge, when you say. Whoa. Mouse scrolled up. I'm just an old drunk, am I not? Latro told me everything was under control. That's why I sold my sword in the first place. This is the right time to dig out old grudges. Nadia, once the meeting is over, could you spend more time sharing your insight with us? Maybe prepare some decent snacks. Meanwhile, the rest of us should gather anything of value before we have left, and secure it in the warehouse. Whoever lives outside of the palisade needs to be moved to the stronghold. The guards will help you. We'll do our best, right after the meeting. I'm afraid there's one more thing we need to discuss. Please join us, Arata. As a farmer. Latro, Arata has decided to not seek retribution against you. We all knew that Lana had little time left. Oh, somebody who died? She used to babysit Lita, Victus, and me whenever our parents left for a hunt. The warmest and most cheerful soul I've met. However, the wounds you caused in our tribe can be forgiven. Are you ready to hear the council's judgment? I am. Mayor? We're going to trade your trophies for seed and saplings from the neighboring village. If not for our own sake, then for the generation that is to come after us. Saseta describes the burden of Latro's mistake from Salvia's burnt hut to the threat of starvation sneaking upon your tribe like a fog. Your father becomes smaller with every word. You try to pay attention, but each moment lasts for an eternity. You think of your mother, resting through her darkest days in the scarce luxury she has earned, and which she's now going to lose. You think of the chaos that's going to once again push Hostia into distress. Who knows if she's going to recover from it this time around? Olita's angry glances and the wall that grows between you. Of little Emira, and the desolation she's going to feel once she wakes up. Of Latro's legacy now shattered. Anger makes your breath warm and louder. If you refuse to pay, you are to be branded as an outlaw. All the tribes we can reach would hear of your banishment. Do you accept your fate, or would you rather take it to the judges in Veritas? We try to protect you. How dare you? We put our lives in danger to protect you all. Vena, how can you be so cruel? Can't you see what you're doing to us? Vena, outside. Oh well. It's so quiet here. Everyone's either at work or at the inn. I've had a moment alone these last few days. I'm exhausted. Look toward the main gate. The glance you get from Brachus are hard to read. I imagine he's got a lot on his plate. I act as if me and Dad are on bleh. I act as if Dad and me on bleh. I act as if me and Dad are on everyone's tongues, but they've got their own families and belongings to look after. I've got this weight in my stomach. This I don't know. This here? It's kind of like, how are you, Vena? The days are getting, I feel like shit. Life got very shitty very quickly. In quite a few ways, I feel angry and lost too, but let's not despair. Together as a tribe, we can hold on to hope. Maybe. Since you left a bit early, I wanted to make it clear that the tribe's judgment ain't aimed at you or Preddy, or your siblings. You're responsible for Latro's mistake, and he's still one of us. We'll look after all of you. Don't know what to say. I should give you some more space, let you collect your thoughts. He also got a sword. Tablets say our souls are not that of a tiger or a dragon or a troll. We endure together and die as one. Anyone in your place would feel lost. You need someone to listen to, without judgment. I'd consider it. This village is so small you can just shout out my name. See you in the evening. We'll fight shoulder to shoulder, your spear, my sickle sword. A sickle sword? To cut grass. Having the right stimpies tell me what to do. My entire family prays. Do I want their confidence or acceptance? I guess Hostia doesn't pray much, huh? We're back in the woods. The eastern woods. You know what? This ain't the same sheep. It ate brown dots on its back, not the black ones, and a white tail. So the sister has lured us towards her, as if to distract us. What a cunning, fluffy beast. Great, I'm getting outwitted by sheep. At this pace, we should be done with gathering this herd in 10 years or so. Are there no magical plants that could lure them to us, or sheep nip? Let's ask old Salvia. If she read such a thing, it's now lost to the fire. Do not bother her. How can we find the others? I ain't sure, pup. Let's just do our best before sunset. I bet most of them died in the fire. Well, yes, but the hills kept the flames from spreading west, and the sheep know how to swim. Though they can't outrun the cats and dragonlings that roam our woods. And are we gonna outrun them? The beasts are still in the shock, so right now the woods are safer than ever. Just focus on the sheep. Don't worry, she won't go anywhere. Ain't that right, my pillow? I hate to admit it, but Venna sounds wiser with every day she spent away from the bottle. What's your problem this time? Just saying. Please, wolves, this herd is worth 300 dragons, if not more. The more of them we find, the closer I'll be up to paying my debts. Flock, not herd. Sheep gathers in flocks. Doesn't really matter. I'm a dumb brute and I couldn't possibly memorize another word. Enough of this. You're just asking for trouble, aren't you? Can you be quiet for a moment? I'm trying to work here. Thank you, I can't handle this right now. Dad, I see Arata's griffin. Let it go, it doesn't need our protection. It may be afraid and turn hostile if we were to approach it. It ran away. Father, I'm going to marry Stabilis. He'll support me throughout my carpenter training. Once I start earning dragon bones, I'm gonna help you. I won't let you struggle by yourself. I guess I don't have any say in this matter. Sorry, this time I don't need your guidance. Maybe the first one to congratulate you. I won't doubt your judgment. Your Stabilis are so cute together. I knew you were scheming something. Best of luck, Lita. He's a kind soul. I'm happy you're with me. And who knows, maybe Venna could chip in as well if she decides to work for the merchants. But for now, I'm sure she'll be fine. I'll be fine on my own. You can count on me. I'll be happy to help. Thank you both. Your mother keeps saying that all of our daughters are the right's blessing. I couldn't agree with her more. Time to move. Let's prepare to take the sheep away from here. Ostia doesn't know what to do. To help out. Oh. That's it? So now we have to play a different character. Venna and her father have grown apart. Sure. Fable the storyteller. And Eudicia, the herbalist. The herbalist trainee. Ah, Fable was 10 years ago. Fable was the person that Venna knew. Focus on my voice. Once I set you free, you've got to run. Run, is that clear? Don't take anything with you. And Nanny? She'll be fine, sweetie. Think about it, the jar of honey that's waiting for us. What can I do? Keep watching. Shout if you see anyone. Fable, is the fire close? Can you breathe? I don't know. I guess. Stay calm. Ooh, there's bandits. That priest is fighting them off. Almost done? Yes. Let's get out of... Bleh. Bleh. Now, what have we here? Going somewhere? I'm not afraid. I can fight. Sure, pal. Want to stay here? You don't even need these legs. Should have run when you had the chance. For the Roadwarden? He crossbowed them. Kid, still with us? I could use a guide. At least you're breathing. I can't carry you around, or the raiders will kill us both. You won't make it through the woods anyway. A wingless crow can't defend its eggs, say the tablets. But how does it end? But I will still try to do so? Fine, but once we get jumped by beasts, you're on your own. Day 1. Are we back at day 1 before the forest burned? Oh yeah, no, that's before the burned forest. Is this really the best time for daydreaming? Says the mercenary. I was thinking about my parents. was thinking about Little Oak, the village of my tribe, destroyed 10 years ago by a band of robbers and slave hunters. I carry memories of my parents' homes and a few alleys, but without the Vates' stories, I wouldn't know much about the place. From what I have learned, it used to sell eggs, feathers, and things made of wicker. Wish my parents could see me now, next to an old manuscript and a wax tablet. Your uncle says that you've always been a smart king. I'm sure your kin has high hopes for you. Oh yeah, we have different descriptions for all the characters. She's Vates' sister's husband's mother, I think. She moved to Windy Meadow a year ago to set her soul at ease, but now she spends her time either sitting in her house or at the inn, sometimes accepting visitors from other villages. Vates says she's smart, but refuses to tell me about her past. Your uncle, the priest, Roadwarden, a servant of the right, my foster father. When I was 6, he carried me to safety from my burning home and brought me to this house, miles away. It was the right thing to do, he says. Doesn't talk much about himself, but he used to be a Roadwarden. No doubt his hands are stained with blood. I don't care. He's wise and humble. I wish I could be less of a burden to him. But my uncle says that you've always been a smart king. I'm sure your kin had high hopes for you. If so, why is it taking me so long to learn how to read and write? Is it? It was even more difficult for me. Go on. It took me more than a year to learn the basics. I used to travel with this scholar, never mind his name. He would show me this and that whenever we shared a table at the inn. Sounds like a story. A year-long journey. I want to hear that story. Sure, as long as you won't ask me to go into details about the days I wasted waiting for the herbalists I was protecting. Then to pick plants at just the right time. I'll do better. I'm getting tired, but I'll pay attention. It is getting late, but be proud of yourself. We're making progress. Able to keep up with my dictations? I'm trying to make the letters smaller, but I can't find enough space to fit them in a row. It's completely normal. You'll figure out the proper shapes and size with practice. Time's on your side. You can use a bigger tablet. We got plenty of wax in the village. Slow you down your progress. You get used to shabby letters. So clearing the old letters is a pain. It takes me almost as much time as writing does. It'll only take you more time with a larger tablet. It's alright, Fable. No need to rush yourself. You're doing fine. Nothing about this is fine. Could someone care about my time? Why can't Vates practice with me, instead of sending me to someone who knows as much about teaching as I know about swimming? Anything else? You may be young, but I advise you to temper your tongue. Don't force others to deal with your shit. I want to lie. I don't want to lie to other people. You expect everyone to be constantly curious about your feelings? When I have an option to take off my mask from time to time, I'm exhausted from this forced kindness. Kindness doesn't have to be a lie, if you truly respect the other side. I'm sorry. I want to apologize. I didn't wanna. I know, it's fine. But I think we're done for today. You could use some fresh air. I should filter out the sediment from my grain beer. Say hello to Vates for me. Your aunt says your name quietly. Her voice is clouded with doubt. You call me auntie? We'll have our limitations, but feeling guilty about it won't help you. Try your best. You'll figure out how to read and write in no time. It's like a wheel board instead of a wheelchair. Oh, it's like a board with small wheels, and you push yourself out with your hands. Hi there. Enough studying for today? Yeah, another lesson, another headache. I warn you, even in Baratus, almost no one reads. Reading manuscripts will help me learn more stories and about stories, and about taking notes. The inn. Stabby may be my friend, but he rewards me for... Stabby may be my friend, but he rewards me for my work fairly. I'm too young to taste harder drinks, but the drunken patrons are the best audience for my stories. Even for a bard, it's quite a rare skill. Most storytellers repeat what they've heard from one another, only pretending they know what they're talking about. Trust me, I wouldn't know. By having no legs, I'll see fewer things, face fewer adventures. I need to rely on knowledge to even the odds. Only if you're determined to stay on this path. I am, for now. But since you mentioned it, have you spoken to Adelita? Tablus's girlfriend. We used to play with wooden blocks and carving tools, but she's grown to be so serious about everything. I think she doesn't even know why she's so upset all the time. Sure did. Tabulous. I was a child when we moved here 4 years ago, but we quickly started to spend plenty of time with people. Calor, the blacksmith, said that me and Stabby are little like brothers. He enjoys listening to people, so it was wise of him to open a tasty claw. Everyone likes him even though he's a stranger. She's not going to work at the inn for much longer. She's planning to spend some time learning from the carpenters. What carpenters? There may be no masters in the village, but Castus, Calor, and Scoltus I'll know this and that. Castus, a local farmer and a beekeeper, married to Mita. Judging by the tales he shares, he has siblings and cousins in every village in the province. I help him with various tasks, but not in the fields. Calor, the blacksmith, a simple, decent soul, who spent his life practicing his craft. He used to help even a poor farmer, asking for nothing in return. But I mean, he does tasks for the rich folks from other villages. For what I've seen as I was cleaning his workshop, he's not too well off himself. Solkus, a farmer, Arata's husband. He spends much time in their village, but always takes part in the tribe's prayers. But she'll have to travel to another tribe in a year or two, maybe even to the city. Betis told me about Beritis only once. We had to join a large caravan of merchants, and after 3 days the place gave me a headache. That tells the people there, so many scents and so much noise, I couldn't hear my own thoughts. Other people there learn to be busy all the time. That sucks. It sucks that she'll have to travel. Yeah, but she's got talent in her hands, and will return here after her apprenticeship. For now, I need to find another kind soul to hire. You still think it should be me? Indeed, I teach you everything you know about running an inn. Want to start coming in on the evenings? That's nice and all, but don't be silly. I can't bring my folks mugs of ales, or stand up to the drunks. I thought you just wanted me to help you clean up some of the rooms every now and then. Have some mercy. You want to be a bard with an imagination this small? If you were to run your own inn one day, you'd hire someone to move the tables for you. In the meantime, you keep the place spinning, take care of the planning, counting, letters, and busy work. Talk to the guests, tell them stories. You'd save quite a few coins. Keep the place spinning. You get from the city? Don't judge me. I had to learn a whole bunch of old things from your tribe too. Nevertheless, I can't spend my day studying, reading, writing, playing the flute, and doing chores, and then end up here each evening. I've got my limits. I need to get ahead of all the other traveling talkers. Working in, you'd hear more stories than you can store in your skull, both from distant lands and from the people struggling with day-to-day problems. You gather news, jokes, and rumors from the entire province. For a storyteller, there's no better place to be than an inn. Yeah. That sounds like kind of good, actually. Give me a few days to think about it. I knew you spot this opportunity. So don't take too long. I need to hire someone right away before Evolo's wedding. He abandoned his wealth and moved here from the city to have a simple, pleasant life. It must be weird to have everything and to do whatever you want. Are you going somewhere? Dude, I need to wipe the tables and sweep the floor. Amnalia's sword. I'm not gonna ask her to let me hold it. It's her favorite toy. What do you mean? You know, she waggles it around or polishes it. She doesn't even seem to notice it. Why do you keep nagging me about it? Got a sword made of cold steel. I want to hold it, of course. I want you to break the ice for me. What is cold steel exactly? Some sort of magic that darkened the blade? Not sure. Rare alloy from the growing mountains, I think. People say it stays sharp for generations and it's lighter than a stick. But those are all lies. It used to be the most famous blade in Beritis. Then I lent it to the officials for parades and such, for dragon bones, of course. One of the paintings I have was meant to portray a similar weapon, but I don't think it's very accurate. Does my aunt even have it? She finds it in an old treasury? You want to read ancient scrolls when you have legends within reach of your fingertips? Share a legend with me, Stabby. I don't know all the details. I have to visit Artha before the evening, buy a sheep for her. I sometimes work for a farm where the road is dry enough to make the trip. She raises sheep for meat. She raises sheep. She raises sheep for meat and parchment, and griffins for company protection. Can you make up a fine story of your own? I need to know the truth to invent better stories. And stories to carry some truth in them. Others would mock me if they were to catch me mumbling nonsense or the stuff I know nothing about. Who cares? Just say you made it all up. Give people a bit of fun. I don't think it would work in the long run. You'd be surprised. Maybe you just made that up about the cold steel. Enjoy dusting the shells, big guy. Whee. The priest's house. I'm back. I was just leaving. Would you like a sandwich? Thanks, I hate cooking when I'm hungry. We're out to fish. I'll bring another one in the evening. That's fine. Yum, yum, yum. How was your day? So as always, I helped with flour grinding, went for my lessons, and had a chat with Stabby. Where's our house? Oh, over there, on the edge. That's of Vates, my guardian, the place where our tribe gathers to pray and listen to the teachings of the Right's tablets. We live inside every spring and summer, but we move back to the village in autumn and close all the doors entirely during the winter season. Despite the spells and traps, there's too many beasts around. Did you organize our clothes, shade them for bugs? We're getting all rumpled in the closet. Sure. Are you heading for the cemetery? No, I have a few tough conversations ahead of me. Victus says he's trapped. Barata feels hopeless. Evolo needs some advice tied to his savings. I don't know what this is all about. What I want to make up stories, Victims lives one as a tragic hero. He's always been so kind and patient even to me, and I used to babysit his daughter. Now I can't hold back my tears when I see him looking at her. Oh well, I'll be back in a couple hours. Good luck. I almost forgot, Castus could use some help with the candles the day after tomorrow. A beekeeper from Wax. Great, Aunt Nadia will be busy that day. I can take some extra work. A simple job won't earn you a dragon, but I bet you get some apples and honey. That's fine with me. Careful as to make with bones, am I right? I mean, you can just buy some food, but okay. Have fun cooking. Time passes. Still awake? Good, we need to have a talk. Huh? I ain't done with my chores yet. I'll help you finish them. For now, let's go to the backyard. I want you to pay attention. In the rain? What are you doing? Did something happen? Is that a clear sky with rain? I want to see Nadia. She told me about your doubts. And apparently you're mad at me. You mentioned that I should be your teacher. Why won't you teach me? I mean, why won't you teach me? The cemetery can handle a season without the daily cleaning. I'm wasting my time with Nadia. She and I don't agree on many things, but it's foolish to underestimate her wit. Has she taught anyone anything before? I asked her about her children, but she changed the topic instantly. She tends to teach people by allowing them to mimic her movements, like a combat instructor would. She used to be quite an adventurer, faced more nightmares and wonders than you can think of. She's not a scholar, but she has her unique tales to share. She doesn't really tell me much about storytelling. She's all about writing in the language of the tablets. Language used by the ancient manuscripts, used by the priests and scholars, but not by regular folks. I've got an ear for it. I talked to her about it. I think you're gonna enjoy your next lesson. Be open to what she tries to show you. Don't go too attached to my thoughts on things. The world is much larger than what I can tell you about it. I don't think she's all that interested in the right and her teachings. What crushes my heart, it's even better for you. You're ready to listen to different perspectives, figure out your own truths. All eyes are blind, but a fresh pair reveals new truths, says the tablet. I'm worried about her. A soul age shouldn't spend their days shut in a house. She lives so close, but she's still a stranger in our tribe. Can you blame me for using the opportunity to have her spend more time with one of our brightest? Let's not say anything. Well, you've had a long day. Let's get this conversation between us. Nadia's is cranky enough as it is. I'll sit here for a few more moments. The sky looks lovely tonight. How nice. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 55 days before this one. Oh, it's a tablet. That's the thing. I already forgot the name of the previous character. V something. Vena. Vena uses a stick, and she carves the stick. He uses the tablet and carves the tablet, and uses actual numbers, the groupings of fives. I ain't feeling worse. Truly, you're indistinguishable from the rest of our family. I'll put you a juniper drink to lighten up the mood. We should keep our eyes clear for the lesson. Tablet says the real scribes drink mead and ale daily, and even wine, especially the monks from the Orders of Truth. Manuscripts are too valuable to allow such negligence. Not the ones I have, of course, but most codices reach prices comparable to most weapons, enhanced with magic or to chitin armor. No monk will be allowed to bring a chalice of wine into the scriptorium. Probably 2 or 3 monasteries, you know. Don't listen to any piece of gossip thrown at you by an innkeep, even one as trustworthy as Tabs. Now let's get to work. This time I've cleared all the tablets. That's great, but today we're going to do something special. Quill sharpening? Better. The dog wants out, I'll give you a second. Go, doggy, go. I've prepared a few interesting stories for you. One's much more complex than our regular reads. I'd like you to read the ones out loud, and then we'll have a bit of discussion. Where'd you get them? I brought a few tales I enjoy, as well as my notes. Wait. A few interesting stories. One's more complex than our regular reads. Read them out loud and we'll have a bit of discussion. Okay. Oh, and the dog is back. Hey, doggy. Bye, doggy. I brought a few tales I enjoy, as well as my own notes. I've gathered some of them from bards and travelers, and others from various manuscripts. Your dad wants me to share them with you. Smile. What are my choices? Let's have a look. The first one's a legend about a king from a distant realm of sand dunes, far away from here, and about his treacherous architects. People call it the ever-waiting city. I brought these parchments from a retired adventurer. Back then I was but a young mercenary. I put the second story with a bookmark. It's from a journal written by a traveling monk who used to study the southern tribes. He describes a tribe that believes all beasts and humans are reborn at every sunrise. Since he was infamous for his lies, what we have here may only be a remaining copy of his work. The pages are much older than the cover. My daughter had rebound them some years back, to protect them from further degradation. The last tale is, I'm not sure what to call it. I don't want to spoil the surprise. About a rich man who lived alone in the woods until he met a rather mysterious spirit. I heard this tale in a roadside inn during a freezing winter. I was supposed to copy it to parchment, but I've never found the right moment. Go ahead, pick one. I like the city. Kings and architects sound promising. It's all yours. Not many souls can survive in the deserts, yet human stubbornness gave birth to many sand tribes and sand cities. The Eastern Fire Empire used to be the greatest of them all until it was ruled by Al-Dahab, the wealthy. Time passes. Oh, I wanted to hear that story. Oh well. To summarize the tale, the most important bits will do. I ain't sure what to think, at least the plot was easy to follow. I'll go step by step. It takes place in the distant south, in the barbarian empire I've never heard of before. Oh, you use that word. Which one, barbarian? That's what the elders call them. I guess they don't say it to their faces. I mean, they're very polite to Perga and Brachus. They're from the south? I've traveled with many southerners, both before and after they invaded the tent cities. I fought them too. If they are barbarians, what are we? We pillaged their lands for centuries, but still lost them in a fair war. I was born used to the invasion, I just haven't thought about it that much. I guess life went on, but we'll have our chat about it later. The southern tribes deserve our respect, both as warriors and as people, as foes and friends. Back to the ever-waiting city. This king, Al-Dahab, ruled his nation during this golden age. The scribe doesn't specify as if the king was really responsible for this prosperity. This omission likely wasn't a mistake. He aimed to raise a city of beauty and comfort, and honored it with his own name, the Golden City. He gathered the best architects and asked them to bring his dream into reality. The planning took 12 moons, and the construction another 12 years. There were dozens of artisans and hundreds of builders, and they all lived inside the houses they were making. They started families, decorated their homes with gold and dragon bones, put stained glasses in the windows, and made door handles from pearls and gems. The king vowed their loyalty with feasts and gifts, and every time he came to visit, the sight delighted him. As the builders were approaching the end of their task, they feared that they'd lose the luxuries they had grown used to. They'd need to part with ways with their friends, that their children would lose their roots. They forgot how it was to see famine, plagues, and wars. Came a day when they gathered in the Temple of the Gods and talked about the future, but then the oldest architect took a hammer and crushed the nose of Loco, the spirit of health and healers. What baffles you, he asked. A bandit took our tools and destroyed our sacred statues. We have to wait for the stone needed to fix the damage. They ordered them to write a letter to the king. After that day, the builders sabotaged their own creation any time the Golden City neared its perfect form. The roofs were failing, the walls crumbling, the treasures stolen. The king sought justice, hanging those he accused of betrayal, chasing bandits and waging war against other kingdoms. But no matter his effort, the city was always just a step away from completion. Let me skip to the end. Decades passed and the king's fortune slipped away. Even after his death, the hammers and chisels filled the golden streets with noise, until a terrible drought fell upon our lands, and the farmers reached for their sickles and axes. The rebellion took the Golden City by force, desperately carrying away all the alloys, gems, and bones. Most of the builders died defending their opulence, and the few who ran away spent their life hiding among the commoners. Today this place is but a shadow, shattered, empty, and waiting. The ever-waiting city. Very nice fable. To be honest, I assume you'd stick to the most basic information. Telling it like a story felt more natural to me. So, how'd you understand it? What was it all about? The king's vanity brought suffering to his people. The builders' greed led to their demise. Wealth is futile. It's better to seek virtue. All the gathered treasure were pointless. Their monuments fell, and they lost everything. The builders and the king would have done better if they were focused on the things that are really important, like leaving a mark behind once you're gone. Oh, definitely left a mark. You can be sure there are no good people among the builders pushed. You can be sure there were no good people among the builders pushed to using lies by their superiors. Maybe they were righteous and virtuous farmers who lost everything to drought. I wish we knew more about them. The only name used in the tales was Aldahab. Do they really exist? That's what I have heard. But still, people need to have hopes that they'll be worthy for living a good life, I think. Will they? Maybe. I hope so. Don't pretend to know. It may be a sweet lie or a nourishing truth, but if you want people to listen, work on your voice. You need more confidence. Stories based on hopes are treacherous. Do you enjoy your time with this tale? It was okay. Very much so. I'll think about it some more, but it was a great read. One of my favorites. I want to leave you with one more detail. The people who sold me this legend claim that the Everlasting City has never been found. Apparently, during this golden age, kings spent their fortunes on alchemists and sorcerers who aimed to find the secrets of eternal youth. Is it true? I'm not sure. There's a chance the builders used to be sorcerers, the king was a dynasty, the city was a magical potion. We'll see each other the day after tomorrow, correct? Looking forward to it. Ask Baptiste to give you some time to practice on your own. I won't have much time to spare. I'm going to help Castus and Mita with candles. How convenient. For our lessons, we'll need a few tallow candles. Just tell them I don't need any of those fancy wax ones. I will. Whee! Oh, it's the inn. Spent the whole day either locked in the stronghold or warning folks about the goblins. I'm still not done. That's when Venna was lost in thought. How bad is the situation? Don't see my character. Over there. Very bad. We just discussed it at dinner with my father. There's a few dozens of them. No more gathering at the big rock, huh? What is the big rock? Our first spot next to Arata's house. She trained how to fight without much assistance from her family, having a lot of strength even as a kid. She's so tall I can hide in her shadow. Nah, they're both the same height. I guess we'll have to stick to our imagination. At least you won't have to wash the mud off your cart. Not for the busy work. Since all I could do is help others with tiny tasks, I don't mind a few annoyances. It gets rough when it rains, doesn't it? It ain't so easy to ride uphill even on dry ground, but better that than sticking to the cobblestone. We the elders don't try to pave the paths. Would make your life easier. He minds. They try to speak out for me, but there are always excuses. Hard to get stone nowadays, we lack strong arms that we could put to work, maybe next year, but for now we got the walls to fix. Bit harsh. The worst one was a harpy will swallow him sooner or later, a waste of effort. Who said that? I shouldn't say. A merchant visiting. I see. It could be worse. Because we ain't locked up in the village yet. Our other tribes won't do as much as leave the main gate without a blade. But you did get chased by a werefolk that one time. It's been 2 times actually. Same one. Got cut on the left shoulder the first time, coming back still wounded. Never heard about it. What can I say? I'm getting used to the risk. I think I'm going to present my plans. If everything goes right, I'll take on much riskier tasks in the future, as Bard. Travels, crossbows, beast sightings. You'll be the bravest of us all despite your small shell. I got a few years to grow. Most bards stay far away from combat as they can anyway. Though they can see what's going on. It'll be easier for you to stick to Beritus and learn the stories there. You could pay the adventurers for their tales. As if they know what's interesting about them. All they talk about are the beasts, bandits, coins, treasures. Nothing about how they feel, who they met, the harshness of their journey, how they changed over the seasons. We talk about the good stuff. I mean, always the same stuff. Got some news for you. I'm hearing some promising glee in your voice. Guards told me that helped me get a job in the city. No way, with Vena? Nah, nothing like that. Maybe a little bit like that. They want me to join the army. Pretty big deal. Would be, not that I'm gonna take the job though. Ah, you scared me for a moment. But still, why not? I like it here, simple as that. Don't you want something, I don't know, more? Like what? New people? Get to know new folks, and not just farmers and hunters. Farmers and hunters are my best friends, thank you. I'd sooner get looked down upon by the rich folk than get invited to join them at the table. Family? If you were to hang out with the regular folks, you'd meet some new souls, maybe someone you could start a family with. Nothing wrong with the ways it works right now. Once I want to have a baby, I'll hang out with the fellows from the nearest villages. See if we enjoy our time together. Talk about starting a family. Ain't like I'm desperate to meet someone right away. More likely, someone will visit us first. Nothing? Can't think of anything. Perhaps something could come up with something. We're going to get some more spices from overseas. I'll second that. In winter, all we've got are dried herbs. I've known for so long that I want to be a bard, and even more so, I want the life that goes with it. I'm young now, but after another few years, I don't want this place to choke me. Meh. Most days are the same, but I've got my food, a warm inn, friends. Life's good. What did I scare you with, Lita? One of the last few souls here that don't annoy me. Good to know you're staying. And you a flatterer. I like our neighbors, they're friendly and don't hold grudges for long. But they make stupid mistakes, just saying. I learn from them. Won't get much more from the other tribes. Some tense moments at home again? They hardly ever end nowadays. Eni can't wake up, mother needs washing or feeding, father is either in the woods at the inn or talking to the priest, Ostia still gets into her sad days, and Vena is... Let's just say it doesn't help. And how are you holding up? I'm good, hopeful. Like our dear Firma here, I ain't gonna take things as they are. I'll either fix them or make them change. Kind of why I hope you're doing the work with Stabby and all. It's good having you around, Fable. Don't think it would make me happy. I get it. I want to make shares out of cut wood and all. I don't want to just be opportunity. And the same as storytelling. Is really the only path for you? Either you be a bard or live unhappily? Quite a weight on your shoulders. My parents died to give me this chance. It's because I... Can't say it? It's hard to explain it. I bet. Don't worry though, you're not on your own. I mean, it sounds like a pretty easy choice to make from this point of view. They're back again. But you know the relief won't last. What a great night to run. To jump. To fall. To rise. After all this you wait, for the next part always comes, you can't escape it. They want you to do something, but offer no explanation. I should have changed them with a made-up story. I should need to make them accept the true me. Each word brings pain, but also comfort. You get close to the shapes. You can't help but fear rejection. You're alone even before the crowd leaves you. I shouldn't be here, but then again I am. Dreams. Day 3. We are supposed to help with candles. Fable! We're at the apple tree. I was just hoping to see you. Hello, neighbor. Picking up the supplies? Just a bag of groats and 2 trouts from Limos. The fisherman. He says he's been eating a fish for every meal he's had in the last 40 years. But also said he killed a grey sword with just his paddle. The fisher repeats himself over and over again, but at least he's kind. Just boring. Good to see that you're keeping yourself busy. Other youngsters are getting anxious, but life must go on. The mayor and the rich guy. I assume you mean this thing about the goblins? Indeed, but don't worry. So far we got it under control. Seems like this speck is more used to water than fields and clear land. See that? That's the point that Nalia brought up, that we need to study the goblins to know that they are used to water, but she says that they're used to water. If they attack us, we're going to be ready. Lateral plans to flush them out before they settle in for good. On the good side, if the troll assault wasn't enough to inspire you, you may have another opportunity now. Maybe, the troll story was a bit short. The troll story is a bit short. I could use a few more details, like another chapter. I'll just spice it up a little. No, it doesn't feel right to lie like that. I should change my boots and examine the walls. I wish you both good luck. See what the tasty crafted does, Kevolo. Kevolo wants me to ask for a favor. I'm listening. You're coming to the wedding, right? I'm helping with the preparations in the morning, remember? Well, to be sure, the problem is we won't have much entertainment. The harp player we're cutting out broke his arm on his last job. I good with my flute. The tunes I play to assist my stories, they don't do much for dancers. That's what I've heard, but your dad told me you're a pretty good, decent storyteller. He did? Would you like to perform for maybe half an hour for our guests? It's still more than 10 days away. You should have time to prepare yourself. Yes. It'll be an honor. I'll do my best. It's a huge relief. I owe you one. I should have asked for money. He's the rich guy. Dang it. It's quite an opportunity. My friend whispers that they may... my friends whisper to many ears in Beritus. If you were to make a bad impression, worry not. Those prigs don't expect anything worth if it comes from such a tiny village. Aside from food, maybe. Relax and do your best. We're not getting anxious right here and now. Thanks. It would be worse if I were to surprise you right before your performance. I guess. I won't keep you anymore. Groats and trouts, you said. Tell the traders I'll cover the costs. Buy yourself a few prunes, too. and confident Vates would be happy about such gifts. Nonsense! Treat it like a gift basket for a priest. Just stay away from the mead. Thank you, I thought I should hurry now. I expect to work at the candles today. Watch out for the hot tallow! Goodbye. Right on time. We're at the farm. Oh, it's in the... Oh, the beekeepers are inside the village. The richest farmers in the village. But they're also expected to chip in on our tax duties more than others. They pay for the watchtowers placed around the village. Oof. Looks like Burns. Or... Zitz. Or Bruden Simpleton. Prudence. Whenever I work for Cassis Amita, I hope he is still away. Even though he's 2 years younger than me, he towers over me and rests him on his sides to look even larger. Afternoon, am I late? Not at all, Fable. Ooh. Is that a lemming? Oh, is that what it's called? Fable, we just started earlier. Make yourself comfortable. Hey, it's gone. Aunt Nadia mentioned she also in need of a few cheaper candles. Vatis, on the other hand, needs the yellow ones for the wedding rites. We'll manage. I'm working with beeswax. It needs a bit of care. You can handle the tallow. And we're preparing some nice cotton wicks. Can the priest use the cheap candles? No one will smell them outside of the wedding. It may rain, you know. That's just how it goes. Before you enter this new path, you spend more than you need to, so that you're not afraid of the future. So the tench of tallow is quite something, so Fable will get a good pay. Start whenever you're ready. Oh, you can see, yeah, they're working on the spot over there. How are the book lessons going? I'm sick of them. They're boring. I'm repeating the same task every day, and it still may take me a year or two before I'm done. I learn the language of the tablets and all sorts of weird science scribes used to write less. I knew it would end up like something like this. Don't be like that, love. People should be proud of chasing knowledge like that. Did you know Castus can write his name? Let's lie for this one. Oh, can you? I can even name the letters I use when I'm told to sign something. How often does that happen? I don't know, but once a year or so? I would put an X and be done with it, much quicker. Let's do small talk. How's your farm? Are the boars gone? So far so good, nothing to brag about. Prudence help a little. The fields smell nice. Maybe after spring, the sheep dropping ruin the air a bit. They're good for dirt fights. Don't start that again, boy. We'll start selling grain to the city folks, not just honey. A few more years and we'll have saved enough dragons to buy us a few donkeys. Then we'll breed them and sell them to the other villages. Prudence likes animals. Would be his new job. I see. Still planning to be a bard? Folks are getting curious. Huh. Definitely is a lie. But he's been saying that he wants to be a bard his entire life. That's the plan. I love listening to stories and I love spreading them. They can be fun and they can be beautiful. That'd be your job? Ideally, I get paid for entertaining people at the inns and in the villages. Why would you stay on the road with no legs and all? Don't be rude, hon. You wouldn't travel alone. Bards join mercenaries, roadwardens, merchants, adventurers. I'll pay them with my work and dragons. Our coins are made of dragon balls, which are difficult to find or to counterfeit. In the village, we usually barter or pay with our work. As long as I don't need to run around, that is. I'd be happy to listen to a story. Now, that'll be fun. Candles are boring. Tell them the everlasting city story, the ever waiting story. I can't promise anything, but I'll do my best. Really unprepared. Just have to improvise. Let me think. Oh, I can't choose. Okay. Our tale starts in an exotic castle. Some say that the sand there is hot enough to burn your skin, but our hero was forced to leave by bandits. The hooded figures came out of nowhere. After a long journey, the hero had to oppose the grave enemy, an evil king. Stories about his greed reached every sea. To save everyone, the hero had to face an impossible task. No one else was brave enough to try. And in the end, it was just the beginning. It was only the first of many great adventures. You take a deep breath and turn towards your audience. Didn't really happen, right? Yep. I made it all up. Knew it. Doesn't matter, we had fun, right? Good job, Fable. Ah, thank you? Thank you. Was nice. Almost done here. We're getting short on cotton after all. I guess it wasn't that good of a story. Work went too fast today. Thanks to our brave storyteller. The final set of wicks, let's put some hemp to use. Come, Prudence. I'll show you how. I guess they helped a little, but doesn't have to be a professional. Huh? Why are you... Say, wake up! I got us a few things from upstairs, eyes the fire. Alright? It's so bright. Is this fire? Bandits! Possible, I haven't been outside yet. Stay focused. We got the others. Exactly, just stay with me. I've got your back. If things lost, we'll regroup here, then leave to warn the other tribes. I'll prepare us for the journey. Now follow me. Oh. Now we got some sleep. It's going to be a long night. What's the situation? Our forest guard is shrinking with each breath. The beast won't forgive us. We're doomed. The wrath of the herds occur anytime humans take more than nature can endure. Then the animals join forces to strike back, slaughtering any tribe they can reach. That's why we grow cautious, cutting trees and clearing the path sparingly. But Salvia and Unity, is Arata's family safe? Dad's with them. They'll keep them safe. We ought to focus on the village. Let's gather all the buckets we have at our disposal and choke the flames before they reach the side of the river. Why'd Nadia here? Anyone seen her? At their door. She told me to leave her alone. Fable, go check on her and bring her to the inn just in case. We should go and help. If she refuses. You know how stubborn she gets. And try to keep her safe. Keep the door locked. The animals could come at any moments. Auntie, you there? Would have sold her sword by now. Nadia! I'm coming in. If it's even open. I think they're right. You blackout drunk? A plum tincture. Wake up, Nadia, please. We got to run. Come again? Ah, it's you. Are we going? Yes, to the inn. Get on your feet. Are we going to die? What are you even saying? Stop, stay with me. We got to leave. Help me help you. I can't help Farah. Your son or grandson? I can't help anyone. Just stay here? I guess it didn't really work out. Day 4. After the fire. The stuff I'm about to carry here is too heavy for you, but before the eve we could use you to pass messages, you know, like back in autumn. With a scent of smoke on the wind. I may need a bit more precise instruction than that, to be honest. Excuse us, we weren't really preparing to be slaughtered by the beasts. We weren't exactly preparing to be slaughtered by the beast's claws. Don't be so mad at you, Oaf. I'm just about properly annoyed. I'm going to hang around the square in the afternoon to help you and the others stay in touch. Got it. If something urgent comes up. Prepare you a few meals that for it, like always. We're in this together. No need to argue for scraps. You're right. I hope I didn't offend you. I guess I'm not fully here still. No matter what happens, things are gonna suck from now on. We don't have the forest guard any longer, but Windy Meadow still has a lot going for it. The inns, the rivers, the honey, and the wall still intact. Let's not argue right now. I don't envy you, Fable, this being the second time this happened to you. Most of the bandits were the same thing. Matters little if it ends with collapse. Open old wounds, Cal. We're here and now, and that's what matters. I wanna talk about it. No wonder. Too much worse. Whee! The cemetery? Even though Vates is the one responsible for guarding the cemetery, he rarely asks for help. I can't say anything I want to change, especially since monkeys have started gathering around the walls and throwing muds at the visitors. Was I supposed to bring the cleaning tools with me? Went here to work. Since we don't have time to take our walks anymore, I was hoping to have a chat with you. In the cemetery? The dead take their wisdom with them, but we ought to find its remnants. Such as? I don't know, but folks enjoy these inspired aphorisms. They sure are flexible. Conveniently so, especially for a bard. You invited me for an extra lesson about stories? Anything can be a story. Kind of an empty phrase. True, but the fire has made me think about the stories we leave behind. If something were to happen to me, there'd be no one to take care of our rights. The Sutter would have to hire a priest from Baritus, from the United Church. Exactly, and they wouldn't have no reason to uphold our customs. Do you like Woody Meadow? Yeah. I like some people here, like some places. These don't struggle, and the walls aren't our prison. There may be some background noises, it looks like. Look at something. You've experienced enough awful things. I'm glad it hasn't crushed your soul. Before the fire, we had 10 lucky years without major disasters, unless you count the trolls. And the gargoyles 2 years prior. Almost forgot about them. You're free to leave this place, and I'll be happy to support you. But just in case you were to stay, I'd like to teach you how to uphold our customs. The parting rites, of course, are of the greatest importance, for they bring comfort to mourning souls. Did you just open an urn? Afraid of the ghosts? Don't worry, there's nothing scary inside. Unlike in Little Oak, we scatter our ashes in the woods. It's got an amphora, but it doesn't look like the ones you'd find in the old days. It's much smaller, in a different shape. No one in the countryside uses the real ones anymore. What's inside? Something that people like you and me are meant to protect. A piece of parchment. Read it. No hurry, we got time. Made a lot of progress, you know. I loved 3 things in life. Flowers, the moon, and flowers. Kind of like a poem? A farewell letter. Humble and elegant. Like most priests of the fellowships, I encourage our neighbors to keep their practices modest and contemplative. But the cemetery you showed me in the city, that all these statues and trinkets carved in dragon bones. Let's hire guards to keep an eye on those treasures. That's right, the temple wardens. In the fellowship, we draw one's attention away from the wealth and status, and we don't place fancy tombstones. Instead, we suggest adding a message to their amphorae. Those who can't read ask their priests or friends for help. If they die before they leave a message, someone could dictate a note in their name, but more often than not, ask a priest to write down something appropriate. It's not easy, summing up one's life on a scrap of parchment. What's your trick? I've got none. I just try to come up with something pretty, yet appropriate. No one can be described with a single poem. And yet, it brings them comfort, this illusion that I'll leave a mark on this world. That there's going to be a story that will make their absence easier to explain. At the very least, it's a beautiful tradition. Want me to help with them with writing these parchment pieces? One such parchment is called Viaticum, the last meal for the road. I'll start a few short journeys myself. Complete unfinished tasks, and truth be told, I'm getting old. I may not return. But if you're to stay in Windy Meadow, don't see my request as a call for you to stay. I'm only asking you to learn how to handle these some responsibilities, just in case. I can't lie. I can't sell false hopes to folks. I want my stories to be based on truth. I let the next priest take care of such duties. I guess we're done here. Go ahead and prepare for your lessons. Better bring Nalia a few fruits. I will. See you later. About Nalia. Is it true that she's been drinking more and more? The monsters won't get her. The poison will. I don't believe we can just ask her to stop. It may be better for you to avoid this topic in front of her. We'll see what we can do once the goblin turn is over, alright? I got apples in my backpack. I'm not hungry, but you go ahead. I don't know how long we can stay in this hut, so we better start our lesson right away. I could use a break from the outside world. Too many things are happening too quickly. Maybe worrying about the beasts won't help anyone. Your tribe is doing well, preparing rather than bickering about whom they should blame. You got some experience. We were the trolls not so long ago, and before that. I'm aware. Everyone here keeps bringing up these events up as if they're at all unusual. Woody Meadow definitely could use more bards. Let's lower our voice a bit. My head is aching. How are you doing? Are you afraid? These may be the last few days my friends and I will ever see. I hate sitting like this with nothing to do. I trust their judgment. Vatis has the discipline of a true Roadwarden. Guards have kept the palisade in great shape. Latro and Vena have set enough traps to protect the outskirts, and I'm confident Lacerta That's what it takes to keep the panic under control. The goblins may enter our streets or steal our few trinkets, but they won't find our vengeance. You can't fight the dragons or the werebears or the horned lions. If we're to reach that point, Wright's dice will decide our fate. We either stay safe in the stronghold and then leave for good, or we'll get covered in rubble. At least in this province, there aren't that many mole rats or trunk worms. Wait, where's your sword? On its way to Brightus. It's been carrying this for over a decade, and I sold it right before I learned I may need it still. There's no point in judging my decision now that the world has changed. It was the right call. I'm already used to such jokes of fate. Keeping my blade here like an old trinket, it was a waste. 2 days ago, we read a story. It's more than 10 days, doesn't it? Once we get back to it, we're going to improve it. Excuse me? You need to learn which parts work for you the best. A bard isn't meant to simply repeat the stories of the past. You need to broaden up, adjust the theme to your own need. Give me this story only what you can use. The rest, either change or discard. We're going to make something new of it. The bards are meant to memorize everything. The singing ones, sure. The rhyming and fixed structures helps them with that. As a storyteller, you can change details on the spot, react to the crowd, shock them, or move to a new topic. Unlike singers, you'll have freedom of voice, time and gesture. Use it to your advantage. The everywhere city, what will you change about it? Anything more dramatic? Yeah, could be more personal strife. Use anything more dramatic, add a war or a monster, I don't know. It's a good start, but there's no reason to feel guilty about it. Honesty won't matter to the people asking you for tales. The best you can hope for is that you'll get paid well enough to reach another place and get to more work. Once you leave, you get ideas will either fade away or shift it to new stories. That's the truth of it. What's the problem? I'm lost. Remember how I went to make candles? Not really. I tried my best to tell the others something interesting, but they weren't moved or annoyed or curious. They had nothing to say, as if we were gossiping at the inn. I don't know. They didn't care? I bet they've forgotten about it already. You're probably right. My fantasies, people are crying, laughing, debating about my stories, but once I get a chance, I met with a polite shrug. Your stories aren't to blame, they're decent. But a bard shouldn't just be a jar of tales. People want a performer. Yes, a complex, honest tale may change one's life, but you'll be lucky to earn yourself a loaf of bread with it. A dancer with a lute can spout out rhymes about cute girls for a drunken crowd, and leave with a heavy purse, as well as admiration. No one listens to what I have to say? Some will, but that's not the point. The real question is if you're ready to make enough compromises to live on what you want to do. Or to both stay true to who I am and be someone who others want me to be. At least you can until you can earn enough reputation to let you do your own thing. Use gestures to your advantage, manipulate your voice, shout, gasp, cry, act. Draw attention, play your flute, improvise when things don't go your way. Offer honey both before and after the medicine. Others won't care about your message unless you earn it. What would you do if you were me? I trained in combat and was lucky and fierce enough to get rich and find myself a safe, comfortable home. I never sought to be an artist, so how can I give you an advice? The bards of the southern tribes spend from 6 to 20 years memorizing poems, mastering music, juggling, and so on. Some of them are seen as priests or learn simple spells from their masters. I saw a few acrobats in the city, there's no way I can mimic them. They don't. Find your own way to give others what they want, but if you think you can survive on your imagination alone, you need to squash your pride. Otherwise, stay true to yourself, but pay the price. Find yourself some safe work. You'd have to be a bard to come up with a few tales. I don't know what to do anymore. I only know what I want. Can we just practice writing for now? Of course, dear. I think I have a cup of yogurt. Do you want some? I bet you've earned that I used to be known as the Gargoyle Slayer. Want me to tell you the real story? Fables values honesty over renown. Because we haven't lied that much? So we might stay in the village. Eudicia, the herbalist. 12 years ago. You're late. I'm preparing my sleeping herbs. Oh wait, I should have read. Wait, can I go back to? Oh, I can't have the codex entry. Apologies. EUD refuses to leave her house. I'm surprised she kept her eyes closed all the way here. We sort of had to give her a cup of apple wine, just enough to make her fall asleep. Come inside. Let her rest in her warmth. We followed what you said, but we've got no clue what's wrong with her. Is she cursed? Don't be silly. Cursed by whom? The fairies? Better tell me what you've noticed. We gave her some diet dope to play with, but she got bored with it. I don't know, like right away. She keeps using the same old toys over and over again. She ignores other children and avoids looking in our eyes. She's so quiet. Did she understand the old proverbs I'd mentioned? Not even have to explain them to her. Also, the things you told me about moving her bed to another corner, she was fretful, cried, yelled at me. Oh, Fitz, I don't think she is slower than the other children, but she needs a special type of care, a lot of patience. I wish I could give her all the time she needs, but now, with our flock gone... Have you thought about our talks? Have you thought about our talk? Ugh. Have you thought about our talk? Aye, and I agreed to help you. I'll raise her as my pupil. I can't believe we're even asking. I thought we would face all these struggles together as a family. Good condition. Pay Firma as much attention as she needs. She's a good kid, but ain't ready for this wound. The girls need to stay in touch. If I ever hear that you serve her wine to make her fall asleep, I'm gonna smack you so hard you won't need to brush your teeth anymore. Figure out what you're going to tell her once she wakes up. She ain't gonna like it. Day 1. Taking care of a plant. Oh, she's tall. Eudisha. Good to see the bomb working. Any issues with it? My home, Sylvia's hut. We're surrounded by the forest garden, but every now and then some animals come near, searching for food. That's why we're responsible for the rituals to scare off the beasts, or at the very least, make them kinder. Talking to Pudens, son of Catus and Mita, a bit of a mama's boy. With his parrots around, he keeps getting into trouble. What? Oh. Replay the cutscene. The bomb working. Any issues with it? No. Your help is priceless. Mita, she moved here to marry Castus when I was 10 and gave birth to Prudence only 3 months later. She didn't escape judging glances and words, despite Sylvia's best effort to make others accept her. She's grown distant from our tribe, yet visits our hut often, and helps spread bees in the forest garden. The wounds were light. Let Prudence rest for a few more days. Life's too short to spend it in bed. Better than a pyre. Because when people die, if you let them be in the out at night or in mist, they become undead. So you burn the bodies. One day with your bomb on, and he has well enough to sweep the floors for me. He's a brave young man. Great, doesn't mean you should play around with griffins, boy. You almost gave Arata a heart attack following the river. Next time ask her which beast you can approach. The last shepherd in our village. A strong soul, but she's been looking after her mother for years now. Has wrinkles to her face, poor thing. I hear you. Did you apologize to her? Sure. Good. So Mita keeps applying the bomb for 3, maybe 4 more days. Come back if the pain doesn't fade away. Cheers, Eudisha. We're lucky to have you. Oh. Anything else? How's the wedding? Go ahead. The wedding. All's well? Are you getting married? Who's the one? Wait, did that change? No, it didn't change. It was the one organizing the wedding. It was handling the most things. Unlike him, I've got work to do. Yesterday, he ordered a set of beeswax candles from us. Your big day would suit the city folks. The photo says that the city gives you safety and luxury, but takes away your freedom. I'm sure you love to having no beast at my doorstep, but I choose the serenity of the forest over the law of city folks. And the dog wants out. Poor doggy go. I mean, if it makes him happy. You guys can afford it. This is like a place here. I should go. Afford it. Go, doggy, go. He pulled some strings among his tree partners, got a few discounts. Good thing he's got so many friends. Well, friends may be a bit of a strong word. Is it like a place here? As long as I can look out the green trees and meadows instead of grey pavements, I'm fine with Evelo's cravings. You should have your garden out there all these years. Love its serenity. Every year it's a bit different, yet mostly the same. Try to be polite. Takes you a deep breath to gather your patience. How are you doing? Any big plans for before autumn? Prudence is gonna spend more time learning from Cass. He's been used to cut up trees long before Windy Meadow was established. His farm provides us with food, honey, meat, and fodder. Without them, I thought the merchant guild would still bother with us. Let me guess. Back to embroidery? Would be so lovely. I'm starting to with a simple flower. But I plan to make this beautiful white house from me home village. Pay attention to her for a bit, but then get lost in the movement of her lips. You flinch once you encounter silence. Can you repeat that? Sorry, Don't worry, can tell you've got a lot on your plate. And the dog is back. And sleeping. Should join the field workers anyway. Once again, thank you. Yep, cheers. And say hello to Salvia for us. Have a nice day. Almost forgot. We're going to see your parents today. Want me to tell them anything? She has nothing to say to her parents. No, I don't. Doesn't like her parents, I guess? The best is from Mita. Prudence heals well. Heard everything. Anything soft or moist? Or everything. Since she's often the harbinger of bad news, our tribes folks don't realize how much she's helping them, even though she never asked for payment. Which over my argument with a few farmers, she told me that she doesn't need others to tell her who she is. 2 breams. Fish soup? I prepared the herbs before you return. Bring water. You don't let the boy walk all over you. Good. Go like children. Just showing what I see. You're good with them. Didn't ask. Is it so late already? Bring a yellow onion soup, if there are any left. Sure. No, just the spot. Greetings. Evolo moved to Windy Meadow after he grew tired of work and scheming, and since he enjoyed taking strolls through our forest, we grew close. Some says I'm fascinating. He's a bit skinny and has soft hands, but keeping a smile on his face takes strength. He regrets many things that he did as a merchant. Right on time. Are you ready? Yellow onion. Are you ready for another walk? You get blisters from all this walking. You sure you're ready? By your side, a long journey is but a stroll. Look at those twigs that you call your legs. What can I do? I've got no one to prepare me so much as a hearty dinner. That will change even after we move in together. Some exercise outdoors may help you, though. We just start right away. Is he learning to take care of the forest garden? We're out northwest. It took us generations to tame our forest garden. Rest with mushrooms, eggs, fruits, greens, herbs, and sticks. And best of all, I can wander around it for half a day, left only to my own thoughts. Want you to do anything? I'm fine. I need to act with care. You know how precise my fingers are, and gentle. It's about technique than anything. I could teach you how to handle mushrooms, but right now I need them to keep their spores inside. We were supposed to let them spread around, make them grow. Our garden can't protect itself. These mushrooms would ruin the soil if they were to get out of hand. So they're like walnut trees. Who taught you that? Oh, the spice traders. You learn these things standing behind the counter. One day you hear a lengthy description of how to scratch cats, another how to load a ballista. Must be exhausting. Talking with people? That was the best part of the job. The only good part, actually. How did you know whom to trust? Gossip and nonsense spreads fast, and folks cling onto decade-old spells, no matter if they work or not. I sought other voices. Most clients have no reason to lie to me. Won't offer my trust to others so easily. It's hard to build bridges without talking to others. I like people, that's all. And I like some of them. I was hoping you could use a bit more of a stronger word. You are my best friends. Second only to Victus. You can make me feel as though things are going in the right direction, that's all I know. All I can give you. Victus, my dearest friend. I cut away my arm if I were to help him. His wife died in labor, his daughter has been asleep for 3 months, and after his recent clash with a bear wolf, won't be able to have another child. Ugh. He's strong, but using Salvia's drops will fall asleep. You're right, I don't know why I'm so vain. To me, your friendship is the greatest gift. But I need to help me with the wedding a bit. We should decide what to do about your parents. Why? Stop. You have to think this through. You may regret pushing them away. Holding family together is difficult. But... not this face again. You know I support your decision, whatever it may be. Old Salvia can fulfill your parents' duties during the wedding. We don't have to invite them. I'll call her that. Give me just a few more days. I want to make this call for you, but soon I'll have no other choice. Let's talk about this later. We're to share our path, remember that the reactions affect me as well. Stop pushing me. On our path, you've got to accept me the way I am. I need time to think these things through. I can't fix my heart with a potion. I'm sorry you want to be patient, but I can't be the only one who looks for compromises. You mad at me? No, I'm not. Why do you ask? Hard to tell. I can read Salvia's face well, but for others, I need time to learn. Can I hug you? Sure. Of course. You've got as much time as you need, all the time in the world. That doesn't wait for anyone. No, but I do. Thank you. Now, if you don't mind, back to herbs. Need to push for a bit before I head home. Lead the way, my lovely witch. Looks like she has a thing with her parents. The rainy first night. One evening, just like this one, my teacher tried. Huh? Oh? Again? We're just saying, was this time when my teacher tried to cook up 2 batches of fish soup at once for our farmers who were too busy setting up the new wall. Wait, let me try a different voice. And you with spitting them both all over the floor, remember? And how about the day I opened the cage of the duck your neighbors brought for you for dinner? I know. Too bad we can't buy a few more stories on the market. Since when have we got the dragons for such luxuries? I don't really bother with coins. The gift baskets Salvia and I receive from our tribe are enough for us to live in comfort. I'm not complaining. If I were to seek more noise in my life, I'd spend an evening at Tasty Clow. I should have. Let me check. What does she think about it? Our local inn. There's more noise to find there. A few mugs to share your neighbor wouldn't harm you. I'll see them on my walk to the village. I ain't a little girl. Know how to make friends. Got Victus if I need a shoulder to cry on. To heal folks, you need to gain their trust, or they'll lie to you from embarrassment, if nothing else. You don't need to work for their trust. You hardly ever leave the house, yet everyone trusts you. You know that ain't true. Some folks that won't see me unless they're desperate. And the trust took time. You can imagine how much of it. Been healing them for 3 generations. Practiced with the 4th one still around. Let her carry on. Back to my point, the tribe's folks ain't ashamed as they examine their wounds, pimples, crotches, and the dirt in their hair. Earn their trust, or at least honesty. I don't need to seek their friendship. It's not what I want. Can't stand there hearing about their burnt dinners, discords, and the uncles from the other side of the hills. Be smarter. The things they share may be of great importance. Gossip helps us understand their illnesses. But more importantly, you don't want them to see you as a stranger. Why is that? You ain't old. So... listen to what the folks say when an herbalist my age looks them in a cabin. She's lived so close to the trees that she needs no human tongue. She's seen it all. Her days seek not. The simpler answers escape them. That my back aches, that my legs are weak. But you're suspicious to them. Dangerous, some would say. Weird at best. They ain't wrong. Ask Tinmus and Religa. Your parents. You're greater than the hurt you carry. But stay tethered to your past and the anger will control you, even after you have come to regret it. I'll need to balance myself. I need anger and fear and worries. My heart's a part of me. Herbalists kills part of themselves to help the tribe. In return, our neighbors aids us, feeds us. I won't bother anyone. If the others leave me alone, I'll be the best herbalist they can hope for. Got the right to stay on my own path. People don't work like that, Eudicia. You need to meet them halfway. Let's focus on the soup. As a second third person that I talked to her about compromise. Evolo said that too today. Day 2. And be sure to look into the well. Might just be a dream, but let's not risk it. I'll do my best. Try to clean up a little. Look in the sky. Just me in the clouds. A little sigh of peace. Oh, there's the griffins. Ratha's farm is placed here at the last line of defense against monsters. If a beast is hungry enough to ignore all the spells spread around our forest garden, it's better if we're to steal a sheep than to hurt our neighbors. Good morning, Yudi. You could be a farmer waking up this early. Ratha, the last shepherd. Probably. Hello. Well, I could look after the chickens. You say that now, but wait until they get scared by a marten. That is nothing but combing the trees' crowns for them all morning. I'd rather get some pigeons. They hardly need any work. But every time we tried to keep them, they flew back to the hills. Say, how's your mom doing? So should I see her? Lana, a farmer and animal breeder. Half a century ago, she overcame the plague that killed thousands. Then she offered refuge to desperate travelers, especially orphans. Rochelle's been frail ever since, and is on the verge of death. Nah, she won't let you. She sleeps all day long. Whenever she awakes, she either sobs or shouts. Once we bring her some water and mashed apples, she stirs the ceiling until she passes out. And the medicine? You know how it is. A few drops here, a few there. It's so bitter. She says we're poisoning her. I don't know how to calm her down anymore. Her lungs won't get any stronger. She may need your honesty. Come on, girl, I can't be that cruel. Truth may help you both find peace. Mama's always been brave, you know. Of course, she's a hero. She escaped beasts, bandits, and tax collectors. What do you... Rochelle may still win. Just one more time. Don't suffocate her with hope. Speak with your mom heart to heart, like Salvia told you. We still have time to discuss what's coming next. The best of our bonds and powder can do is reduce her pain, and they're at our disposal, of course. Thank you, Yudi. Time to go. Stay strong, Arata. You as well. You as well. Where are we? What are we doing? That's the shack. The cabin is about my age, and I used to rest inside before crossing the bridge. Now my days are too short to let me waste time like that. Hey, anyone inside? Guess I'm alone. There are no wasps, but the raccoons keep peeing everywhere. Should talk with Lacerta about this spot. Has no human scent. Sooner or later a bear will move in. Our mayor does her job and doesn't bother our neighbors, but I never know what to say to her. She applies to merchants and always knows the right thing to say, but ever since she was chosen to lead us, there's been more and more travelers reaching our village. I don't know how people keep talking more and more about dragon bones. Why do we even keep this place around? Arata's kids are in the city. We have enough space and rooms for our guards and hunters. Also have room to spare once Salvia. We have time. Should give the settler around, maybe for a year or two. The tower? What is she doing? The stone watchtower is the oldest building, or rather the oldest ruin in Windy Meadow. Every in the village gets so cold at least one for climbing to its top. How many centuries need to pass before the tribes figure out a recipe for fish that will go better with cider? I'm sick of watching it matching with beer. A healthy diet and a lady labor has kept Limos in great shape despite his wooden foot. Bit of a windbag, but he's kind. How many centuries before you learn to remove every fish bone from me? Going to kill me, lizard head? Blacksmith's arms and lungs grow weaker, so he's limited the time he spent by the furnace. He's excited about the orders he takes. He feels the safest when he's surrounded by a wall. Don't be a crybaby. Open! Good day to you. Feasting on the regular, I see. But am I catching a whiff of malt? Want to join us? We're celebrating. What's the occasion? Our anniversary! Just take a look at these new fish hooks. Real beauties. It's nothing. Back in my day, all we needed was a pile of sharp sticks. I bet Venna could still remind you how to hunt without a set of fancy rods and nets. Her skills are valuable, though she pursues some risky goals. Not as calm as her other brother, Victus. While she's more into the pleasure of daily life, her heart is in the right place. A good friend to Firma, my sister. Tell me if you feel any pain. I recommend avoiding the old fishing methods for someone who's missing a limb. Just an herbalist's opinion. He's just an oaf, always shipping in with blabbering about things he knows nothing about. Nuh-uh. At least the wooden leg keeps you safe from the leeches. Even in my old days, I would fish with just a pointed stick. You'd need all allies, and you'd throw half your catch to Saurians as a bargain. I'll take the new methods any day. Doesn't hurt at all, thank you, darling. Say thanks to Salvia, this one's on her. Yeah, we should visit her. I've been so busy the last few days, folks opened their sheds and find all these broken tools. Please do. Should appreciate it. Maybe you need something from the smithy? Dad, you got enough iron to spare for a new ladle? Maybe not, but I could make one from wood and shells. Now, wanna join us? The air's fresh, the beer cold. Another time. Got the entire tribe to look after. So yourself, to me, moments like these are worth more than a sack of dragon bones. Goodbye. For a sack of dragons, I totally ditch you. You wouldn't know what to spend it on. Is there anything else we can try? I'll get you any ingredients you need, even from the darkest woods. Victus and his wives were expected to have a large family, like his parents, so they secured a spot in the large house. But now they have to share this place with another couple. We've tried everything that's in our power, I'm sorry. Want to leave her like this, in eternal sleep? We can't allow it. Her shell grows weaker by the day. We're lucky Inmera still swallows water and food. The bite of a venomous snake put her in a 3-month sleep. Once the bed sores appears, she's gonna wither in pain. Is there anything I can do? Don't you have a secret magic potion or a powder touched by spirits? I'll pay you no matter how much you want. Look at me talking nonsense. The thing I can think of is taking her to the city. Not that many herbalists there, but there are scholars, alchemists, mages that ask for you for a pile of dragons. Evolo, he offered to lend me as many bones as I need. I'll worry about that later. He feels safe with you around. You deserve his help. He paid those healers to help Mom, and they left us with a lighter purse, nothing else. Can't any even endure such a journey? I'm just a mother, always polite and eager to follow Salvia's advice. But we can't cure her, we're trying to make her comfortable. Sad to see someone so strong, unable to use her talent and knowledge. I can't promise you that, but no mage would waste their time traveling here. They'll stay behind their stone walls unless someone drags them out there. I've also heard there was rumors, something about goblins approaching the village. You know anything about this? Goblins? That's about the paw prints, and if they were to take the village, my sword could save lives. Don't be dramatic. Some big apes won't threaten your tribes. For now, focus on your own problems. You're right. Should be with Vatis and Evolo, and my family too. What does she think of Vatis? The priest has led an eventful life. Knows how to listen, how to lead, how to stay honest and yet polite. Maybe his empathy, though I doubt it from his conversation with Salvia that he struggles with doubt and remorse. Well, Great. If they have any questions about any, tell them to speak with Salvia. One more thing. You're gonna agree with this, but I still need to ask you. You're free thinking about being torn away from your home, about the endless disaster it will cause. A rock side of threats, losing your hut, woods, rituals, and familiar faces, your last moments of comfort and breath. You know I don't travel. My hands shake whenever I think about leaving our home. I was just hoping that... Forget, you're my friend, but you can't change your nature. Glad you asked. Maybe someone else will be willing to join you. You're strong, Victus. You can do this. I simply have no time to despair. All I can do is put trust in the right. I should see what she thinks of the right. The woods hide no god, no spirit, just the howling winds. Nalia, in the village before dusk. An old drug with a difficult past and a chest filled with dragon bones. She never asked Salvia or me for help. Not my problem. Yet still talks to no one, keeps her distance. Did ask me not to bother her too. Surrounded by walls, the big apple tree looks like a prisoner here. So responsible for her health. Good day, Nalia. I'm sorry? Oh, greetings, herbalist. Need any help? Medicine and such? I'll pass. Maybe your cat? I'm not sure. It's not just sitting there. It doesn't even cry. It's been 2 hours already. What's the cat's name? Does it have a name? No, really. Kind of waste of time naming a pet that lives so close to the woods. So many gluttons there and foxes. And badgers. Man, badgers are slow. We could ask someone for help. Pretty strong arms around here and ladders. We could take it out of the tree. Or to give it some space. What for? Try building trust. I'll let it ask me for help first. Got the patience for it? This part I pass patience. I'm going to outstubborn it. Are you attached to it? Know that about it. Still, no name. They have their inventions, like words. It's not like I can't understand them. You sure about that? No. I'll leave you to it. I'm trying my best. If I ever need your help, I know where to find you. Do that, and have a good day. You too, the sun is bright... And she's gone. Perfect. Does it had more people like her? It would be a bit easier to endure. That's nice. Any news? I heard about the goblin thing. Better speak with the hunters. Fabulous. I don't think he realized how much he's changed our village. The previous inn was a dirty dive, and its owner didn't care much about the tribe's demands. So he cracked his head against the stairs. We lacked a place of gathering. Fabulous Tasty Claw is a welcome spot, and the innkeep makes sure to seal the bottles before our neighbors get lost in them. I enjoy spending time on evening in Tasty Claw even now and then, but most of the time I'd rather be back home. I will. What do you have for me? Victus is thinking about leaving the city with Inmera. Someone may want to join them. Him leaving? Sucks. I'm sorry, Eudicia. Yeah, thanks. I'll go with you? All good, all good. Just need some time to think is all. Lots of time to think. What about this one? Looks similar, but it's poisonous. The color and shapes are right, but the cap needs to be round. The cemetery. I never come here unless I need to speak with a priest. An empty hunting field, and snakes like it too. Well, this time it only made 2 mistakes. Good job. Soon I'll be ready to put my fires on the stew without your help. Oh, mind teaching you? Teaching others is part of my job. Just spread some knowledge on your own. Make my life easier. It'll be easy to sprinkle the mushroom hunting lessons on top of my sermons, but I'll do my best. Truth be told, the mushrooms are just the next step one. I wanted to move on to the berries next, once they show up in the shrubs. Can you just bring them to our hut, like all the others? Or pick them only from plants the foragers look after? I guess it won't be much of a secret for long now, so... Considering leaving, at least for a year. Since I'm no longer have a goat beast to ride on, I'd rather take an example from the wayfarers. Hoping to fill your stomach with berries and mushrooms. Good luck with that. Better safe than sorry. I only know the local plants, and a year sounds like a long journey. I have to learn some patterns from you. I won't memorize all the berries, but I can figure out which types to avoid. Fine. Looks like everybody's leaving. Half the village is leaving. Why leave? The roads are rough. Hard to explain, let me see. There's this one village in the far west. It used to mean a lot to me, but for more than a year now it's been weirdly quiet. No news, no merchants. On my way there, I want to visit a few other spots I used to protect to see how they've changed. Let's call this one last patrol before the autumn of my life catches up with me. So you've got a death wish. Heh. The tablets say her regret was what she chose, not what fell upon her. Figure out how I feel. If I'd rather risk my remaining years completely abandoning my duties, making the things right, or staying here, or sorting the bitter truth about myself. What the truth is, I'm not sure. That you've changed? Maybe it's really that simple, huh? Speaking of soul searching, you mentioned that Victus needs to talk with me, and I'll go to him soon. But since you two are like siblings, how do you feel? Not good, but I can't ask Victus to stay. Right now he needs my help, not the other way around. Let's not lose hope. No sermons, please. Not because of the rice promise, but because Victus has a strong soul, and a shell trained in combat, because he's healthy, has a family and friends, because it's still early spring. Want me to draw hope from my wits? So you don't pray, why not try this way? Huh? The lumberjack's cabin. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? The young witch has left her hideout? The city needs wood for some sort of temple, I think, but they've been cutting our trees a bit too eagerly. We should be fine, but we can't afford any large changes in our woods. I've got two things to discuss. Shoot. My neighbors will offer you all decent meals for a car full of leftover branches. We need them for fire. We're lacking decent logs, we can only spare the twigs. Hey, DJ Hands, welcome back. Excuse me if my voice is raspy, we've been reading non-stop for this entire time. Excuse me. In my YouTube, what's it called? Community post, I've got the entire recap of all the things that happened. How's it going? Pretty well. I managed to finish all the Tarkov thingy-mabobs yesterday. I'm taking a break. Probably gonna be a long break after playing Arena non-stop for 3 days. I'm hoping to do something a bit more calm in the meanwhile. Like this game. Windy Meadows from a Roadwarden tale. I gotta say, I do like it, but it's definitely not as good as Roadwarden. It's good for the universe and the storytelling and all that stuff, but Roadwarden had that extra thing with resource management that would color all your decisions that this game doesn't have. At least not that I know of. Okay. So where were we? Whoa. Where were we? We're lacking decent logs, we can only spare the twigs. Thought you were supplying Stabulus. You asked us first. Huh. Next question then. When will you set off? We've got an important delivery. Tell us more. Victus and his daughter. Oh, I thought you meant like a letter. So I misspoke. Could you leave tomorrow? We're waiting for a caravan to pick us up. The guild will send a few empty wagons and a full squad of guards, and we're already behind schedule. You could pay us, I guess, for mercenary work. But we'll split the coin with our bosses, so we won't be cheap. Let's get the price with Evolo. Should we go to Victus? Victus has other problems to deal with. Please, go to Evolo first. Very well. Cheers, won't bother you any longer. No problem. Ape shit. Seems like we'll miss your big day. The wedding. We'll save you a bottle of mead. Too bad I won't ever see you in your wedding dress, though. I bet you can't wait till the ceremony, huh? Did you ignore their strange gaze, the flickering flames, the loud creatures at night, the long walk home that's still ahead of you? Despite the cold night, sweat is gathering at your forehead. All you want is to get away, to leave the weight of this long day behind. Think so, kind of? Bye. Sure. Bye. These are the 4 lumberjacks, huh, from the city. They stay at the edge. The loony Yudi, right? Ha 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 ha. What is this plant supposed to represent, I wonder? Do they keep time by tending to a plant? Also, the fire is gonna happen soon. How are you, Eudi? Burma, her sister. I know your sister. While my parents have cast me aside, they've kept her under the roof, and she's still friendly towards them. Since she's a guard, I guess she's got enough time to restore her patience. Where are we? The main palace. People gather here at the square to chat about her. Wish there was a spot where I could hide. So now you're saying it just to annoy me. Great. Have you considered that your name is kind of long? What's next? You call Lacerta Lacy or Agentia Argy? Maybe Lazy and Arguey? I'm drinking the herbs you gave me. The tisane? Can see it's been working. Yep, no acne. Better to stay away from milk. Or give some hard cheese a try. I've been missing it so much, I'd drink it anyway. Pustules or no pustules, and I'd lie to you about it. Your skin wouldn't outsmart you. How are you holding up? Could be better. Wish I spent more time with Victus this spring. This will be the last day I ever see him. Well, who knows if we'll make it this summer anyway? With those goblins around? The spirits are testing our patience. Oh, they're right. Sure. Don't know Victus all that well, but even I'm sad to see him leaving. You'd like him, everyone does. I guess some people are unhateable. Look who's talking. Last time that what's his face, Arata's son visited the Windy Meadow. He kept asking me about you. Once I mentioned that you work late hours, he looked at me as if I had broken his toy. Oh, Ellen. I used to go out with him. First time I'm hearing about this. Good, he and I share some secrets. Huh? You know, shared enjoyment. Sexy stuff. Come on now. Oh, I see. He's married now, so keep that between us. Keeping secrets is the foundation of my job. I know. See, there's the Valentine's Day energy we wanted. And have you and Evolo... Don't even finish. Have you? How was it? What are you, 12? What's the point of asking if you're going to assume that we have? Who else will tweet you about this? There's not much to say. We had fun, he was cute, and clean, that's all. It takes time to open up to each other and learn how to have fun together. Tell that to all the spouses who asked Salvia if eating salmon would help them reignite their beds. Oh. Your friends are coming. Greetings, Witch. We're sorry to interrupt duty calls. I'm ready to go. What's your plan, or is it a secret? Have no fear. Lacho and Vena will set up traps in the forest garden. We're heading there right now to have a look. Talented hunter, but he has his share of poor judgment behind him. Helps me keep our forest gardens free of predators. Since his wife got sick, he drinks a bit too much. Guess won't have a chance to forge anytime soon. At least not without an escort. Can't say I approve of you staying on the hut. Maybe try moving your master to the stronghold. Nights they may get violent. About the goblins. They should be the ones most affected. The entire forest garden is about to burn down. Can't even convince her to cut down on the herbs she puts in her pipe. Her routine is sacred. Then let's hope those furry dimwits stay away from her. So, bye, oh wise witch. Won't say anything to mom and dad? No. Thank you, but I can't think of anything. Or just she doesn't even think about her parents. Evo's probably gonna be asking about it again. She had a decision to make about inviting them or not. Question. Listening. You saw what happened in the village that falls to the wrath of the herds. We can tame only small parts of the woods. If our presence shakes the beasts around too much, too quickly, they unite themselves to strike against human settlements, bringing back the Olaf's balance. So our forest garden is already generations old. It takes patience. Not really a question, is it? Tell me about it. Afraid of the goblins? Our neighbors are in danger. Don't want to see the others get hurt. It's their call. They want to provoke the goblin tribe instead of waiting. They'll face the consequence of their judgment. But then it's you and me who will be tasked with patching them up. And you let the dog out. Go, doggy, go. Goodbye, doggy. Or those parents who tried to stop two bullies from jumping at each other's throats. Hope our forest garden won't suffer. The garden was nourished by our tribe. I'd be heartbroken if something were to happen to it. Don't worry, no apes are gonna threaten our trees. They may take away some eggs or berries, or maybe trample a few herbs, but they'll respect the land. Only if the goblins' dads and mamas discipline their children, teach them restraint. Can't say I know the answer to that. Wait for it to speak. Those memories are now lost to the fog. I remember the days of hunger and angry looks. People crying after our caravan was robbed by bandits, and our guards taken away by slave hunters. We lost so much, was sure. Was sure I'd leave my home for good and seek the works in the city, but our elders decided to clear a chunk of the woods, secure a new pasture, and risk it all. The beast showed up before the last trees had hit the ground. The runners and dragonlings hid the clearing and the fields, tearing our youth to pieces. The unicorn led the apes, bears, and boars, breaking through the walls in a single strike of its massive head, right to the elders and children. No one tried to fight them, and yet no one escaped. The roads were overwhelmed by saurians. I was lucky. That's the right word. Me and my two cousins were spearfishing at the pond at the edge of our forest garden. There was no smoke, but the shouts reached us. Climbed the tree to watch the carnage and left right away. We couldn't do anything. But the path to Beritus was far from safe. We were shown a healthy dose of mercy, but couldn't all find work. I was the only one with a healthy shell, so I joined a group of settlers and left for Windy Meadow, though it had no name back then. Used to be a fisher? Spearfishing? There's one of many things I tried as a girl. I was meant to be a forager and a keeper of the forest gardens. That's what convinced the settlers to take me with them. But for the first few years, I did whatever they asked me to, so we spent years living in small cabins, struggling to stay afloat. But there were some good days too. Who taught you to use herbs? Healers from other villages. I knew this and that already, but after a few of us died from simple fevers, the others agreed to pay the tribes for their knowledge. When they returned the favor, we then returned the favor. That's why you had a roommate for one summer. Oh yeah, one very long summer. Let's not ask about her dead tribe. Seems unwise. So there were times when you didn't shun meeting new friends. Since when are you so chatty? Even when I was 10, we had visitors from other villagers, herbalists, mages. Now there are 1 or 2 messengers a year. I'm old and tired, and so are the people with whom I used to share knowledge, dead, sick, or just caring about other things. As my thoughts and dreams get slower with the years, I find comfort spending time with my head, or counting the breaths of our forests. Friends leave us sooner or later, but feeling lonely on some days ain't the worst thing in the world. What's left behind is loneliness. You know the answer. Because of me? I'm the one who caused all this. I took away your last healthy years. Don't even want to hear that. It was only long before you were born. You grew tired of people? Folks started making you angry. You grew tired of them. That's part of it, sure, but I felt the same way when I was, your age maybe. Think for a moment. Well, for years now you've been insisting I should get married. As if it's something you missed on your own path. Is that a I don't want you to repeat my mistakes I'm hearing? Mistake, maybe the wrong word. I could have married a terrible soul, or a kind one that would have died young. Right, can't be sure your life would have improved at all. Yet you shouldn't plan each step you take based on the dream outcome. Too much chaos, too many tragedies. I've seen many of them, yet my life has been peaceful for the most part. I regret avoiding responsibilities, waiting for an accident to bring me my children, and having no one by my side as they went away in a pyre. Getting old, thinking about that maybe one day I'd have a change of heart. Rejecting friendship, wanted to make sure I wouldn't lose my touch as a herbalist, and my heart would break if I were to see another village lost to disaster. I'd rather be tribeless, as I said these very words. I won't say that I've wasted these years, but that I have no peace in me. I would just prefer if things had ended up differently. I don't love Volo. Never felt love. I sometimes crave intimacy, but I don't think I'd ever feel good having it only with my betrothed. I care about you and Firma, but don't dream about having someone to hug as I wake up or planning my future with them. Making sacrifices for them, or growing old looking in their eyes. I don't know. I'd give it a shot. Try to understand what others want. Doesn't look like I'm like them. You may not fall in love easily, but you can get attached to someone. Build a new routine with them. What then? Get married? Hope I'd fall in love with my spouse in 5, 10 years? Do I have to love your spouse to build a happy life with them? What do you agree to marry him? I like him? He's patient, polite, generous, knows what he wants, a good friend to Victus. A bit pushy, but I'm also a bit stubborn. He's a kind soul. Feels as if I'm about to be feels as if I'm about to buy a sheep. That's how you sound. Have you decided where you'd live? If you were to go through with the wedding? This place. It's nice, very clean. I would expect him to be the one running around with a broom and a dust cloth. He pays others to do that for him. His parents should have done a better job teaching him to pick up his toys. I already know what's gonna happen. He'll get bored with me. I'll get sick of him. What then? The good thing is you're both busy. It will be a pleasant distraction for each other, not the root of your lives. It'd be nice to have someone to talk to in the evenings. Especially after I'm gone. You keep saying that, but you're the healthiest old lady I've ever seen. My herbalist is never an old folk. He's never just an old folk. I've got a few more tricks to teach you. What a mysterious witch you are. Bleh, I'm brewing herbs, not dabbling in curses. As if anyone can tell the difference. I could eat something. Once we're done with this chapter, I think I'll move on. We'll do a bit of a recap of the chapters and see how we feel about them. How about cookies? How about actual food? Go ahead and make some yourself. Also, my voice hurts. Don't talk to me like that, young lady. Oh. Huh? What's going on? Wake up. We got to leave. Is it morning already? Fire. The forest on fire. Is it here? Almost. Put on your robes. Latro's waiting. But the bombs! I'll grab what I can. Get dressed. I let the food burn. And we'll have time to pick spring herbs in the wild woods. Let's take the summer and autumn plants. We're used to our cauldrons. It's used up, but it's always been there. It'll be years before we can afford a new one, or anything else for that matters. All these bombs, potions, powders, gone. Here for essential jars, maybe some wounds and fever remedies. Or burn bombs. As a kid, I used to open these just to smell the ground herbs until they got moldy. It helped me memorize them better. What could teach me how to read now that I think about it. Could use some labels instead of keeping them in jars all cryptic. Never cared much about clothes and neither did Salvia. I'll borrow something from Firma. We're so similar, yes, she and I, yet she's so close with our parents. Oh, she feels good with me. I should support her, though she doesn't need me to. My treasures. I've mislaid each toy my parents brought here, but kept everything Salvia made for me. I know every creak in this floor, every wood grate above my bed. My room is just that, a pile of memories. Good to see you, boy, but what happened? How's the village? Safe for now, it's all my fault. Are you hurt? Let us head out. Arata's waiting for us not far away from here. We may face some desperate beasts, so take your weapons. Maybe a sleeping powder or a burning elixir? Better keep a few more jars of medicine, but so be it. Thank you. Forgive me. Take the right for our warning, Latro. For your warning, Latro. Wait until you hear the entire story. Is Lana with you? She passed. We should go, now. The bridge is cut off by flames. They'll reach the sheepfold soon. We could set the sheep free, but they won't survive in the woods on their own. I'm afraid you're right. Me and my daughter will look after them. Let's open the gates. They can... They'll trample you. Stay out of the flock's way. Let's regroup by the large rock. We can call for our neighbors from there. What about the Saurians? They're too busy fleeing from the smoke, I bet. Well, there they are. But I don't see Lana. Sorry with Sylvia, Latro and Areta. They need to speak with the mayor as soon as possible. If anything happens, go up the river. I'll be looking for you. Are you alright? I think I need a hug. Hug moment. No, the plant. Day 4. At the shack. I know it makes sense that the wooden cabin would last, but I kind of assume it would be here forever. 60 years of memories gone like a dry cloth. What are you staring at? No goblins behind our backs. You won't be able to sneak up on us in this wasteland, unless the mole rats get to us from below. I'll keep you safe. If you don't stay in your perfect attire in a fierce battle trance, you could at least bring a sword instead of a knife. I didn't know you were a fencer. Who taught you how to fight? A true mistress of sword and words, hired by my parents. Her lessons were painful, but enlightening, all 2 of them. She then mentioned I'm a lost cause and could decide to waste her time on me. But as long as I can help you get back to the boat, my pride won't suffer. Thank you, Salvia. I like my robe a lot, but I ordered much lighter clothes for the wedding, for both of us. Perfect for the warm, late spring. You city folk are more vain than peafowl. Wish you could see some of the costume balls. They're atrocious. We pay the entrance fee to watch Salvia dance. There's no fee. You need to be invited. Even better. Found it. Unscathed. Thread dismissed. A smile from the spirits. You said these herbs are rather common, but essential for Pretty, Emira, Periga, and all their lingering problems. Periga. The soldiers come and go. We then take us for granted. Must admit, Periga's hair is spectacular. Means we got enough time to get in touch with other tribes and ask them for supplies. Congratulations then. We're in need of good news. But we're done here. All that's left is to ask some strong foes to search the rubble for iron scraps. The travels that await us are going to be a pain. Not something my shell could endure. No neighbors of ours has a horse, right? Not really. I'll hire a messenger for you at the roadside inn in the north. He's already done some tasks for me. Of course, I'll be happy to cover the essential purchases from neighboring villages. Yet the cost of all this ought to be a part of our village, including its troubles. Yes, my next year or 2 will be a bit lean, but my business in the city is doing better than ever. Mostly because I'm not the one pulling the strings. I'll be fine. Thank you, though you don't expect to get even more gratitude from me. Ever since you offered me the spare room, you've got all the things I can offer. I don't mind. We'll be a family soon. What if I wasn't gonna move in with you? Huh? You pay to stay with someone till the wedding? What a past gesture from you. Not sure there'll be a wedding. You said you thought this through already. Better go my own way. Would you throw Salvia out? Wait. Forgive me, should have said something sooner. Didn't want to hurt you with my doubts. Evelo didn't invite me for your sake. We made a deal, he and I. What do you mean? I won't wait 20 years for another hut in another forest. Every season may be my last. Don't have the strength nor the patience to wait for things to go back the way they were. Also for me, a room for years to come. What does he get in return? He'll write a book for me. Make sure my knowledge of herbs and forest gardens won't be forgotten. He may reach the city and all the tribes of our province. They repay a monk to turn out notes into a decent manuscript, but yeah. These tales would be worth a fortune, and I could hire a scribe to make 10 more copies of it over the next few years. Send it to other cities for a good price. Just imagine. My memories would enter monasteries, show people what you and I and my masters have discovered. Then all the scholars and herbalists would compare it with their own notes, seeking a better truth. Cool. Was hoping to tell you about this once we had a bit of peace, but I'm glad you're on my side. Do you really think I can hurt and meet another just to punish you for rejecting me? I mean, since there are no goblins inside, I'll make sure the boat is still, what's the word, moored, I guess? Show me once you're ready to head back. I need your final decision, Eudisha, today. If I were to send someone to the inn tomorrow morning, I could take contact with my family and guests, and return the wares and supplies I ordered for the wedding. There's nothing wrong with having doubts, but I want to trust you. I deserve your honesty. I love you. Talking with Lita. A few times she came to our huts just to cry, and told Salvia and me some things that she shouldn't leave her house. She admires her mother, but holds a grudge against others. Want to compete in feeling sorry for oneself? You start. I'm gonna lose most of what we owe to my father's debts. I mean, I lost my house. Yeah, we start point to you. I do feel a weak start point to you. There we go. I do feel sorry for what happened to you and Salvia. It's been difficult. What's been the worst part? Leaving everything I knew. No morning tasks, strange bed, different air. More folks around me, no more strolls. Is having a fresh start so bad? To me, nightmarish. Do true plants grow well in ash? Depends. A lot of flowers and shrubs, but most trees like it, especially evergreens. Which ones are those? Those with needles and cones. Right. Pine trees. Well, next round, I'm gonna be on the verge of breaking my betrothed's heart. Oh no, want to talk about it? Once the dust settles. Still, can't relate. Just yesterday I agreed to marry Stabs. You did? Yes, the warmest soul I know. Never gets pushy, never uses tears to control me. Well, you do work for him. Not for much longer, my carpenter dream, you know? Still chasing after it. No way, really? Your eyes are pretty well rested for someone going through so many changes. Going through, I'm jumping forward like an acrobat, but I'm hopeful. You should lose a point for that. I'm still at 0, remember? You love him? Sure. How do you know? I mean, it's easy. I miss him when I'm away, enjoy the time we spend together, even more so after work. Trust him, want to have kids with him. I love the way he touches me, too. You always sound like you've got it all figured out. Folks say the same thing about you, though I guess they ain't so polite about it. Speak only things I understand, unlike many around here. It was different for me. I had to get strong to stand by my siblings, and Dad too. By the way, it's my turn again. My big sis is a lazy idiot. We'll have little siblings, but let's say I'll give you a point there. Irma's great. No arguments here. It's 2 to 1 now. The gap's closing. I guess I won't win by bringing up Victus, but I do miss him. Be a point for both of us. You're closer to him than I am, sister or not. You don't spend much time with your family in general. Look who's talking. I chat with my real family all the time. Irma, Salvia. That's how you see it. It's not. But you can't run away from them forever. Yes, changes. Changes everywhere. You can't keep up. A bit exciting? No. She's someone who doesn't crave change like the other 2 characters. The stronghold is meant to protect us from most beasts, but won't stop the wrath of the herds. Now we're all sheltering here. If anyone in the village has so much of a cold, it will quickly spread to our elders. Not sleepy? Because of a wooden screen around your bed reduce this light. I'm better than usual. It's exciting to see all these people talking and busting around even if the day is so grim. Can I be honest with you? Not the best moment. Many ears around us. That's fine, I'm just trying to start a conversation. Then let me keep grinding these herbs. Oh, you wanted to share a dark secret with me. When you were little, I used to think you were mocking me, paying such close attention to my words. You did much more than thinking. You made sure Victus wouldn't talk to me before I came to you with Salvia, and apologized for disrespecting you. That's right, I almost forgot about this. I bet, but I don't forget such things. Want to tell me something? You see, it's been so long since I've left my house. Once my neighbors brought me outside, I couldn't believe how lovely windy Meadow is. The sun is still bright and the wind is both chilling and gentle. My shell gets weaker, but the trees or birds carry on. None of my legs won't ever let me enter the woods again. It may happen. You can turn on your side and sit up, though with help. May keep healing. I envy your hope. Well, I hate living like this. Maybe speak about it with Vass? I ain't good with that soothing one's soul. I really had time to think, more days than I can bear. I want to start leaving my bed again. Like on a cart, on a wagon? Even a wheelbarrow if that's what it takes. I need to touch the living bark again, or to spend an hour by the well, chatting with others. Observe the playing of the children. Listen to the story of 2. I've heard Fable is getting good at them. That may harm you. I barely survived the trip to the healers in Beritis. I would have 2 good seasons to look forward to than dozens of unbearable ones. I'm withering. Have you discussed it with your husband? Got children in Ilmera. They're waiting for you. Probably long enough. They're doing everything they can to look after me. I do see that. But they're not just waiting for me. Our bond is choking them. It hurts me to see what's happening to them. Well, we did everything we could. Throw away your efforts to help you if you want. Believe me, I'm grateful for everything you've done for me. But then Salvia, I guess you decided to speak with me because you know she would beat this idea out of your head. No, it's you I want to thank. I knew you've done everything you could, Yudi? Can we talk for a moment? Oh, it's her parents. We can. You're good, Pretty. Your furniture and supplies are in the warehouse, and Elatro took the girls to look for the sheep. Yes, I'm aware. Thanks, Rel. Rel, that always sounds so silly to me, like I'm a young girl again. We really wanted to come sooner, but so much is going on right now. The cake you brought was delicious. You need to share some of your yeast with Lita. Ask for Emma to bring you a jar. Here's what she told us. The goblins may come any day now. What do you want? Are you sick? No, Yudi, not at all. Don't call me that. Eudicia, we're so sorry. Sylvia deserved peaceful years in her lovely hut. Her hut was my home. We want to help, see? Our house has always been open to you, both of you. We'll go through the hard times as a family. Invitation is like a punch in your face. After a few breaths, you push your anger deeper inside, regain your control. For so many days, you've done your best to control your impulses. You're strong enough to see the souls in front of you more as lost elders and beasts. Let's... Doggy why? You're strong enough to see the souls in front of you more as lost elders than beasts. Her parents. If I go with them, am I going to back out on the wedding? Because it's an option. Let's accept it. Thank you. Staying at Evo's place, but things may change soon. Oh, right, the wedding. So proud of you, darling. Don't push. We want you, Eudicia. But maybe visit us for dinner sometime soon. We'd also be happy to welcome Salvia and Evola, of course. We'll see. For now, I've got a few things to take care of. We should head to the warehouse anyway. Let's hope this goblin nightmare will be over soon. Eudicia has kept her anger at bay. Fable values honesty over renown. Then I had a father. Let's try and recap all these. Windy Meadow. Is that the final chapter? I guess we're gonna see how they made the epilogue. How I feel about all these things. Vena, the story seems somewhat straightforward. About getting a job in the city. It looks like that's what she wants to do, but she has doubts about it. It can also help her father about that. Vena and father have grown apart. Is it because I didn't go along with him to on this plan for lying about the goblins? People values honesty over not. That's because I did notice there were a lot of lies that you could tell, but we didn't. Eudicia has kept her anger at bay. That's probably because I don't know. We managed to like avoid the topic of our parents, so she wasn't dwelling on it or something. Let's see this last chapter. Day 4, evening. Everybody's in the hall, in the stronghold. Guess where there's stuff to eat here, huh? So the fortifications are meant to be like. They're not here to provide you comfort. When moving to the watchtower, I had to knock out a few bricks to make space for new shutters. Could open the door for a moment, let some air in. Put a finger on them and I'll cut it off. Yes. The guards are right outside. This goblin pack spent years, if not generations, living in the deep woods. Do you really think a palisade would keep them away? They can sneak up on us from any side, or jump us from the roof. Stay calm and quiet. You're free to grumble tomorrow if you're still alive. Midnight. Are they all inside the stronghold? Can't take it anymore. Calm down, Cal. No, I won't spend another night waiting for the sound of the horn. We should grab the spears and hunt these monkeys down right now, as we are. We got the upper hand here. Hoping for animals to get tired is the best thing we can do. Now, why would you enter the woods in the middle of the night? Let's not provoke even larger creatures. Counting hours only makes it more difficult. Let's try to distract ourselves. Do whatever you want, as long as it's quiet and doesn't involve drinking. Go to sleep if you can, save strength for tomorrow's work. Won't close my eyes anytime soon. How about a game? A game? Let's throw hoops at a stick, or play dice, or build mug towers, I don't know. I see no toys in the storage room. We left most of our possession in the warehouse. Good, more noise, more mess. Are you tired enough? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Too grim for a song. How about a tale? Sounds fine to me. Fable, could you try? Yes, have mercy on us. Save us from the boredom. Boredom? Maybe our last day alive. I'll die of annoyance before the monsters even get here. Move the center of the room so everyone would hear you just fine. Now give me that look, pal. I'm sorry. Not scared, are you? Terrified. Well, they all are, and they need a bard's help. Just make them forget where they are. Tomorrow I'll make you a large bowl of hazelnuts, fried in honey. You can buy me food, big guy. I'm in my debt now. Is that because you cook like you've got no hands? But I'll show you what real food is like. Let's see this tale. Well, in a moment to think. You search your memories of the days you spent with bards, priests, and the manuscripts, and soon find a few stories that you hold dear. You're relieved. These stories shape you, and use them to inspire others. You at least deserve the truth, honesty. You may not entertain the entire tribe, but you'll give them more than a brief enjoyment. You'll give them memories, a shard of you. You share Venom the Trolls, legends about bravery and endurance, a fun adventure from your life. The true story about Venom and the Trolls. Her pen was brilliant in its simplicity. She exchanged glances with Firma. The horn. Grab the spears, they're coming! It was Firma, I think. The horns led them and brought doom upon the beasts. Let's get to it then. Not you, Mayor. Are you not to hold the square? Almost forgot, but hurry then. Dad, are you ready? Change of plans. You stay here as well, Venna. Sorry? What? Take the mayor. I'll join the guards. But why? You're bursting with emotions. The last few days have made it clear. So what? I can't trust you. Dad? I can't risk having you by my side, knowing that you may reject my orders at any moment. Defend the stronghold the way you see fit. Be your own master. Just give me a chance. I love you, little wolf. Keep a cool head. Let's show those beasts who they're dealing with. I mean, I feel like that's true. They're fighting on the square. Ooh, one of the guards was injured. Oof. Do you have any speed well left? Or comfrey paint, maybe? All gone with the fire, using honey and tincture for the scratches, and yarrow for the bandages and balms. Good call. Vina, do you find any marigold? Went to the spot you mentioned, but it looks like a sheep ate it. So many wounds and no fresh herbs in sight. I deserve the extra spice for my pipe. But before we're done here, guide me through just a little bit longer. Can I ask something? Go ahead, the bandages should be ready now. It's time to wrap you up. But save your strength. The herbs you took to injure the wound burning were supposed to make you fall asleep. Don't know how you can speak. Is there nothing else you can do for my arm? I mean, it's not there. Sorry, boy. Won't find such spells among the local tribes. Our sorcerers are too focused on taming rituals and soil blessings. That's what I thought. Thank you. Both of you. You saved me. Let's not throw honey at each other. We're all doing our part. Dad, I should have been there with you. I'm sorry. Ouch. Don't be. You kept goblins away, as you were supposed to do. Dad, you need to rest. First, I need Venna to do something for me. Anything. Give me your answer. Are you gonna leave us? I don't know yet. This again? You've had your time to think, Venna. Whenever I see you, I don't even know what to feel. You do realize it hurts us, right? You've been by my side, but you've also taught me a lot. I can handle whatever's coming, but we all need to move forward. It's my last day as a hunter. There's so much to change. To plan. My world is crumbling. Give me this moment of relief. Whatever you're gonna do, I will be proud of you. You're right. No path is perfect, and the world won't freeze for me. Let's move. My father gone as a hunter, they'll need extra help to repay their debts. That's what she wants anyway. I'm with the city. My dreams are too big for Windy Meadow. You and your sister deserve more than we can give you. Now you can breathe fully. Your mom and I are gonna celebrate. I won't, for now. I do have a lot to do. But still kind of let Eudisha bandage you up, alright? Evolo. We need to talk. I'm exhausted. Could this wait for till tomorrow? Guess me to give you my answer before the end of the day. Guess we were too busy to have our chat. Kinda justified, considering the circumstances. But I'm ready. Are you now? I'm listening. I'm thinking we do marriage and have the parents show up, maybe. I mean, I don't think she hasn't actually said anything about not liking Evolo or not wanting to be married. Or anything, really. And the worst case scenario, they just divorce, I guess. Is that a thing? Or not? I want to be with you. Sorry I made you wait so long. I wonder if these choices are like self-realizing. So if I say I don't want to marry you, my character becomes a person who doesn't want to marry. But if I choose to marry them, my character becomes someone who wants to marry. It's like how in the first Roadwarden, when people ask you, sometimes people ask you for backstory or how the world is. For example, somebody asks you, how's the city? Is this one tavern I know about still going? And then you have options, and whichever you pick becomes reality. What if it works like that? We'll go together. That's all I want. What about any choice for... Fable. What a stupid task. Do we have to scrub the pavement? It's just blood. It may drop in the sun. Nah, rain will wash it. If it doesn't rain, we'll see maggots spreading from here to my inn. Fine, fine. See am I helping. Last night was crazy. How you made me share a tale with everyone? But exciting, wasn't it? Yeah, I guess. Not everyone was captured by your tale, but you sure made an impression. I could tell you were speaking from your heart. I can make a few compromises here and there, but I'm responsible for my words. I want to be proud of them. Once I was done, I kept thinking about the details I missed, or the words I could have used instead. I want to be better at this. So that it felt nourishing. Many bards, none of them told me the same thing. Once you're satisfied with your poem, song, or tale, it's as if you've reached the highest mountain peak or defeated that. You've reached the highest mountain peak or defeated the dragon. What are the days you can barely put two words together? The fear grabs you like a bear and sits on your stomach. You can't make a perfect story, but even if you could, you won't satisfy everyone. Use them to measure your work. As a storyteller, you'll need to forgive yourself. Keep moving forward without ever reaching your destination. I've been on both sides of this. It's tough, but I'm learning. Ethan and I are getting married. Huh. Oh damn, congrats! And one thing that hasn't changed since the last time we talked. She's not going to work for me any longer. I'll support on the woodworking path. In the meantime, Lacho, the ex-hunter, asks me for a job. So you might find an answer, eh? Like, you know, right now. Huh. Recently, everything has been rushing forward. Bard! I won't give up now. I want to be a bard. That's too bad, but I hope you succeed. Are we good? Of course, I'm just a bit sad. I can still help you from time to time in the evenings, just like before. We'll see. Let's focus on all of this dirt for now. "10 days later. Day 14 or 15. Maybe one round away from getting rebuked by Mita for refusing to dance. What can I say? That's how our tribe celebrates. They clasp their hands, run around for the fire, and laugh at it and all. If she wants me to give it a shot, she needs to make the steps easier, especially those bows of her. The right leg extends hands to the chest, the left leg. Bate says that the Windy Meadow will also have its own weird customs if it wasn't so tied to Beritis. When I was in the city, I didn't feel at all that different there, just much louder in the grey. You should bring us some easy dances from your travels. You want me to teach you the steps? I make no promises. I will listen to more of your stories, though they ain't so easy to follow. The one you shared at the ceremony had a ton of folks in it. Made me weird at first with your hands shaking like that, but once you got started for real, you were like a real bard. I spent 10 days putting together. Good thing I could write parts of it down, otherwise I would have forgotten that I had completely gotten lost. Here comes the bride. at the wedding and the groom. Having fun, you two. No grumbling here, but you're almost out of mead. Isn't you ration it? Don't want to spend the next few days patching you all up. I'll be next cask soon. Duh, maybe my sister's wedding, but it's still a wedding. I deserve a full cup. It warmed my heart seeing your family reunited at the ceremony. How's life now? Oh, you know, we're sharing shopper, considering new clothes that the old ones got lost in the fire. Home's cozy now. Too cozy even, it's shrunk in the last 12 years. She's been grumpy ever since she hits her head while crossing the main door. Salvia's hut was like a wardrobe. Got used to it. I was meant to help your parents tomorrow, but if it rains again, I may not make it in time. I can re-ride through the mud. In the meantime, Fable, could I borrow you for a moment? I love your dress. And is green the best? Everyone was supposed to have a matching robe, but we lost a whole crate of goods to the bandits. I know. What are you gonna do with it now? I'll keep it in case I'm to join my husband on a trip to the city. Or you can get pregnant and fat and pass the dress to your kids once it's their turn to get married. Got so much work to do in the forest garden, I won't have the chance to sit down. I should have to rebuild the forest garden, or regrow it. Your family mentioned you're getting familiar with a quill. Ah, to write down the book, I guess, and to its mainly use as stylus. I assume you still need some savings to roam as a bard. I'm too young to leave. I was planning to join a group of adventurers at the Roadside Inn, maybe 2 years from now. That's fantastic. Now that old Salvia is my guest, we have great plans for the future. We're going to start writing a manuscript together. Bethesda told me about it. The Harbalist is primal. Aren't you gonna hire a scrapper of Baratus for that? You wouldn't believe how much the Orders of Truth take for such services. I'll be struggling, but my expenses this year have gotten a bit out of hand. Maybe you could take care of the first draft? Spend a few seasons chatting with Salvia, writing down our memories. You edit the notes into a pile of tablets or even the manuscripts. We'll then send it all to Baratus for the final polishes. It may not be as inspiring for you as spending time with the old tales, but you'd be generously rewarded. And I'm in. Just like that. Got a condition, of course. Add Nadia's stories to my notes as well, if she allows it. Well, we ask her right away. But don't you have any mercy, Veda? Leaving us so soon? Who's going to drink out my cider supply now? You just can't help but to be too charming. I'm sure that belly of yours has space for a cask or two. I can't take any supplies with me. Argentia faced bandits and runners on her way here, so we have to stay cautious. When are you leaving exactly? Right after the sunrise, and I guess I should head home and pack my things. I should give you one more day to say goodbye. You got an important meeting, I don't know. This is out of nowhere. In the last few days, you haven't even had the chance to talk with your dad. He's just busy, that's all. Won't be easy for him to pay off his debts now that he has one arm. But I won't complain. I knew this job would bring in such troubles. I'm ready to bear it. But envy you. Mivolo's stories, rich folk rarely care about their servants. You talk to Mom? Yes, but I need to talk to her one more time. Let's check if she's awake. Say hi to Victus from us when you see him. I ain't too familiar with Baratus, but finding a single soul may be tough. Still next spring unless I get fired before that. The ex-best huntress in Windy Meadow fired? They wouldn't dare. How nice. And happy. The end? The forest. Poisonous mushrooms want to be picked at any cost. Greedy perennials cut your hands like a razor. Hogs would sell their carpets to anyone. The clearing is black from all this poison. Cowbades and hellbores keep smiling at you. The force is silent and gentle. Memory of Thomas Biffman Hunak. Well, no, go back! What? Okay, well, Windy Meadow. With the help of artists. Pixel art production. Yeah, okay, so I guess this game's difference from Roadwarden in terms of production was that it had much more art. Roadwarden was mostly a couple of still pictures. Gotta say, not as good as Roadwarden. The world, I guess this would be a good prelude to the world, but it's literally not as good. But now I want to play Roadwarden. Dang it. Wait, let me read that. Okay. So artists, Pixel art production, music. The Assemble team for publishing. Custom sounds. One for stock sounds. Website editing, concept art, UI consultations, story consultations. Maybe with Red Pie Engine. Thanks for visiting. Wonder how different things can get. Oh. Other fields are close to the woods and therefore more dangerous, even if very fertile. Other fields are old and no longer that fertile. Oh, that was Windy Meadow. This just made me want to play Roadwarden, to be honest. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. So see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye.